Could be worse.
So I have to max E first, which means I have 0 poke for you.
It's alright.
Nothing.
I'm gonna miss every CS. Alright, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? I'm not doing bad. I have 4 CS. Who wants to gank my lane? Come on, man.
Guess who burned Ghost because he thought he had teleport?
That was
Don't
great.
leave me. That was close. That was close. Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh no!
I'm coming. I'm not coming anymore. I was not paying attention whatsoever. Are you dancing in the background? Chat, don't worry. I am going to
It's alright.
Alright guys, I have 11 CS. I have 11. I forgot I didn't have flash. 14. 15.
Ah,
I'm gonna
creep. Man.
gank this mid right here.
I don't have E for another 5 seconds. Should I get cannon? Yes or no? I got it. How you doing up top?
It's going well, except now.
You think
Don't
this
forget
is
Are
one
you just
of
gonna
the-
wait?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll bait.
That's the plan. You're just gonna taunt.
Yeah. Watch. It'll work. It didn't work.
Oh, wait, well, it's gonna push up. All right, here. Our chances soon. Oh, wait it out.
Look at me.
All right, I'm going in.
Go.
It didn't work.
Just leave them until.
But I gotta see
I
us.
look so choosy. What do you mean?
This is
I'm
terrible.
coming.
Alright. No. This is.
Help!
I am watching. That's
Oof.
There we go. Get used to this keyboard. Oh yeah, I should press the button. That's what's going on. Okay.
Okay, we have one kill though, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna win.
Oh wow, we got one?
Yeah, that invade.
When did that happen?
The only thing we did right, and then, you know, since then... I mean, I'm keeping it together, but...
Alright, I'm up in CS.
Oh, come on.
I missed. How are you guys doing bot?
Does NA lose a world slot if we lose this game?
No, luckily, no. You'd have to get somebody from the European team in here, I think, for that.
Oh, Diana's missing. She's probably coming top.
They're all going somewhere.
I'm gonna text Tom and just get a double check on that ruling.
I literally have no idea where they are. I actually haven't seen Diana in a long time. Just kidding, she's back. Why does she have red buff?
I didn't do that.
No, please.
Maybe
I have no
stop.
mana. I have no mana. I have no mana.
I don't know why I'm standing here. This won't work.
I don't know why I'm so scared of this Yumi.
Don't do it.
Wait,
When the Yumi's by herself, she should just kill him mid.
Yeah, like this.
Don't do it. Oh!
She's
I'm
so
coming, I'm
frustrating.
coming,
She's so frustrating.
You're smurfing. What?
oh, come on!
I don't want flash.
Well, she did just flash.
Chesney,
have that.
did you not commit?
I didn't commit.
No commit, no commit.
Booted.
No, no.
Is that what you do, right? Somebody.
Is there anyone in here that could sub for Chesney? We need someone else. This didn't work.
Come on, man. Okay, what am I? Oh God.
Yeah, got
My
it.
first item. I need some lifesteal.
She's gonna come after me in a second.
Sounds
Give me.
good. Okay, okay. Our goal now is to just get one more. That's all that matters.
Just
Alright,
one more.
Sorry.
Our goal is
Just
2
one more
kills. It's an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
goal for us.
Yeah, yeah.
It's first to 2 kills or 1 Nexus, whichever happens.
Second.
Oh man, this game could end poorly for us. But you know, like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, if we Rioters are losing games, it promotes a positive player experience for everyone else. That is all the time that we have for today in our League of Legends 10-year anniversary pre-show show match. Oh, you guys. But we are going to pass it off over to Dash, who's waiting in the Riot Please waiting room. Now, be sure to check out all of our other streams available where you can talk with Rioters about the history of League of Legends, your favorite elements, whether that be champions, maps, skins, whatever it may be. And then join Dash as we wait for the 10th anniversary edition of Riot Please. So that's starting at 6 p.m. Riot Please at 6 p.m. Dash is coming up in just a few minutes. I'm Jordan, Chief Wizard King Jarvis, and happy 10th anniversary, community. Woo!
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 10-year anniversary of League of Legends. How about that? Right? Woo! Oh, baby. All right, so we had Silver Stripes, followed by Champ Select Music.
Guys, this is it.
This is it.
Actually, ano pa lang to, hindi pa. Kickoff pa lang to. Hindi pa siya, hindi pa siya talaga yung,
Darius, boom. I like it. We just need 2 more members.
yung 10-year proper. Sa Riot, please, mamaya.
We got a little bit of a
15
show
minutes.
to give to
Sorry,
you all. Of course,
45
I'm
minutes after.
sitting
9
here
a.m.
with Noah Dunn from our music department,
9
and
a.m.,
Chang,
9 a.m.
who's from the TFT
So, hindi
team.
ko natin
And we're here to talk a
malaman
little
kung
bit
meron
about
bang
our
LoL
experiences
Mobile.
with the game, our
At kung ano
experiences
pa
with
yung
the
mga
community, but
plano.
overall, just celebrate
Anyway,
what it
continue
means
watching.
to be a part of this massive community that has been built over the last 10 years. That was Summoner's Rift, an a cappella group here at Riot, and they just performed an amazing rendition of our Champ Select music. So one more round of applause for them, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a big day already here at Riot. I know we're just hopping on stream here, but there's been activity and stuff kind of flurrying around campus. Have either of the two of you had a chance yet to kind of peek into any of the rooms or get a sneak peek at any of the different activities going on?
I mean, I haven't really got a chance to see everything yet, but just like the buzz and the energy that's going around, like there's just a lot of really cool things. So I think just the overall experience is pretty cool.
I did see the Twitch robot thing happening.
That robot.
And my roommate apparently was flossing in front of it.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, get out of the way. It's coming toward you, because you don't know which direction it's going next.
Yeah.
Entirely controlled by Twitch chat, but it's been tons of fun to watch all of that flurry of activity around campus. We've got the music streams going. We got riders and pro players. I see some of them sitting here in the audience after handing it to the founder of our company and some of the best players here at Riot. But all day, riders around the world, they have kicked off the 10-year celebration by spending it with you. Not only you here on campus, but you at home. And Riot Swim Bananas will give us a glimpse of what went on today at Riot HQ, where the party started.
Hey there, League fans. I'm Mel, aka Riot Swim Bananas, and I'm here at Riot Games headquarters, where we're celebrating 10 years of League of Legends. What exactly does that mean? Don't worry, I'll explain it to you. Across the entire globe,
guys,
all of our
pa-follow
Riot
ng page
offices are
sa
shutting
mga
down
bagong
normal
dating, sa mga
operations
nanonood
to say
niyan.
thank
Sa mga,
you
kung di
to
ka pa
you,
nakapag-like
our
ng
players,
page,
by
so
giving you
nakapag-follow
gifts
ng
in
page,
game,
pa-follow lang.
having special
Salamat.
streams and special surprises in store. Everything is focused on giving back to you, our players. To start things off, let's explain what this lovely RP art wall is. So I don't know if you know this, but if you're ever super close to being able to buy a new skin in game, one time in your account history, you can write to our team and draw us a beautiful drawing of League of Legends art for 7 RP. Super close to being able to buy that Project Ash skin? Don't worry, draw her for us and we'll give you 7 RP to get her. What we don't say is we collect them all. We keep them all on display and hang on to them for 10 whole years. We've taken the best of the last 10 years and made the finalists, and we are now putting them on display behind us in our lobby for the world to see. Rioters voted on their favorites, and their best one was this 1 RP Poro right behind me.
That's absolutely brilliant. I love that. RP art has been such an integral part of the community from the inception of League of Legends. That said, I've actually never participated myself. Have either of the two of you ever drawn a piece of RP art?
No.
Okay, so I'm a little sad because we realized this yesterday. We were sitting here kind of going through some of the motions here, and the three of us realized, well, we've never actually drawn a piece of RP art. So let's do that now. So later that day, we all went back to our computers, and the three of us attempted our very best to draw in MS Paint. I'm assuming at least that's what I used, some RP art. So we did miss the opportunity to be awarded first place over that Poro. Not sure I would have been, but we are going to go through some of our RP art now, starting with T's from the TFT team. So T, who did you draw?
I drew 2 champions,
Okay.
actually. And
2?
Yeah.
That's unfair.
So today is a very special person's birthday. And
League of Legends?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
His favorite champion is Yasuo. My favorite champion is Akali. And so I drew them. It's up there. Their hairs are conjoined.
I
You know,
love that.
For that synergy. And there's a
Okay.
cake on his sword.
Beautiful, beautiful. So happy birthday to that Yasuo there. I'm sure some of you in the audience know who that is. Now, here's my question to you in the audience. They did mention they threw out the 7 RP, but I more want to know how much RP you would award for this piece of art. Let's just go 1 through 10, or maybe 1 through 7. We'll say 1 through 7. 7's the
Okay,
max.
that's fair.
So just kind of start yelling out numbers. 4, I heard a 4. 5, a lot of 5s. A full-on 10, that's discarding the rules. I got a 7 here. All right, okay.
We just take the highest we
That's
get?
better than I thought.
You're averaging, 4 and above, 5 and above. That feels pretty good. All right, Toa, I think you're up next. Who did you go for?
Well, let me give some caveats first.
Oh,
obviously.
great.
No.
I work in music, right?
Uh-huh.
And MS Paint, I even had to figure out how to open that. So the caveat here is, I play a lot of Anivia mid.
What is
that?
that?
Was me and my
You cheater!
It's Anivia. Yeah, right.
You cheater!
Yeah. You get egged every once in a while.
It is brilliantly done. I'll give you that. I will give you that.
thought
You're
it
an
was
Anivia main?
I was for about a good 2.5 years.
Wow.
So
fascinating. What drew you to Anivia of all champions?
Wow.
Born and raised. So slow.
Yeah.
That's
but
my
so
thing.
born and raised in Alaska.
Okay.
Summoner name's Iceberg.
Oh, that's all
and so
coming
of course
together now.
playing League had to find ice, cold, Anivia, and this was before Froggen made Anivia cool. And so my elo was pretty.
You're welcome,
decent.
Froggen.
Yeah, exactly. But
all right, I love it. All right, okay, 1 to 7 RP. How much are we giving for Toa's Anivia? Oh, that was like an overwhelming 7. We don't even have to. That's it. It's a 7. All right, so our front runner right now is Toa. Third and finally, I took a stab at it. If I'm ever going to have to do something champion related, I'm going with my girl, Vi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I impressed myself with this. I didn't think, it's similar to you, I think I'd opened paint once in my life.
How much time did you spend on that?
I gave myself like an arbitrary time limit of like 20 minutes. I stopped and had a conversation in the middle of it, but I found that I actually learned a lot about paint throughout all this. I was like using different types of brushes. I had like the real brush, the pencil brush. I was trying to fill things in. I used the circle tool. I'm too competitive. I took this too seriously.
I really like how bendy
without
that
a doubt.
arm looks.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So 1 to 7 RP. What are you giving me? Yeah! That's it. 10. This is my guy right here. 10 RP. Thank you very much. I'll take the victory. No, okay, so then we decided to have a little fun, I believe, and smash them all together. So I don't know what this looks like, but I was told that they took all 3 pieces. Oh, no, it's just the 3 side by side. Okay, I thought they were going to try and Photoshop them together, and I didn't know how that was going to work. I think we did pretty well. Maybe one of us would have made the podium if we had submitted it in time, but for the next 10 year, for the 20 year, that's where we'll claim the top spots. Either way, RP art is such an incredible way, one of the many incredible ways that Riot and our community get to interact and players get to show love for maybe something specific and then reap a reward, in sharing that passion. I think that is so cool. Overall, we will hear more from Mel and the action from Riot HQ, but now we're going to take a listen to the first Bilgewater session, a performance of our favorite Worlds 2018 anthems.
Welcome to the wild, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun, so...
Guys, pinutol ko lang yung sound dahil baka ma-flag ni tawag dyan, ni Facebook. Maputol. Katulad yan na flag eh. Kaya wait lang natin matapos tong kanta. Kaya lang muna tugtog natin. Pasensya na. Mahirap maputol eh. Yeah. Anyway guys, pa-follow naman page sa mga hindi pa nagla-like or nag-follow ng Kia J Gaming or Kia J. Pa-follow ng page please. Putulan natin guys ha. Medyo ano lang tayo. Baal lang tayo. Hindi lang, relax lang. Magkakasound din yan. Babalik din natin. Nakakatakot si Manoy ma-flag eh. Na-flag na kanina eh. Na-flag na siya kanina. Anyway, I raised a poll. Makikita niyo yung poll dyan. Pasagot na lang. Yung huling option ay hindi po ano siya, unrelated siya sa tanong. Pero pakiusap lang yon na mag-follow. I-follow lang yung page natin. Thank you. Ayan, tapos na yata.
That felt effortless from the both of them, but a very special thank you to Zyra Burns and Telly Smith for their performance of Pop Stars and Rise. Toa, I'm coming to you because you're in the music department, and so the evolution of music, both in the gaming industry and for Riot as a whole, has been an astronomical journey to watch, and it's exploded over the years. I'm going to take us all the way back to the first time I really recognized music in gaming, which was the Halo theme. And I think for a lot of people, at least in my generation, that song, that music spoke to them, and it really, there's such an emotional and kind of ethereal connection to the game through that. But music has come so far in gaming from that point. So talk to me about your journey since you've been at Riot, you know, for quite some time and been a part of this level up process.
Yeah, I think with music, I mean, that's kind of what you're talking about, right? It's kind of the power and the impact of music itself is, right? It's able to kind of evoke these emotions and connections. I mean, you know, hearing that performance with Zyra Burns and Telly, like, that already brings me back to 2018, which was like a very special moment for me, right? Like just hearing Pop Stars and Rise, like that was a special moment. And so for us, I think we're going to continue to like lean into music in that aspect because it's just, we here at Riot, as Rioters and players, like we just love music and we think our players do too. And so I think that's just us expressing ourselves.
So then, how do we get from the point of game music versus music within the game's universe? Right? Does that distinction clear?
Yeah, I mean, and I think for us, it's not really about that distinction, right? Like, I mean, music itself can exist in many different places, right? Whether you're doing a storytelling or as writers and players in game and understand what's going on, or just to kind of express a certain. I think that's just us expressing it. So for us, that's just what we're looking to do with music. It just depends what we're trying to accomplish.
So then, for you, has there been a distinct project, maybe, that you've worked on over the course of your career here that has kind of, you know, checked all the boxes in that regard, where you kind of feel maybe you did land on something, maybe a gem, a diamond of some kind, in terms of creating that kind of connection and really driving home the emotional?
I mean, I think each year has kind of progressed in each project, right? Like, I mean, 2018 for me as of right now, because it was just like all things combined. When you have KDA performing on stage, you have Rise and these artists that we've been working with and spending a lot of time, and just like knowing that feeling of competition and everything coming together. Right. Like, I think just for me, that's like one of the pinnacle moments, but I can go back each year and like talk about how special that was for me.
That's awesome. That's a more general kind of broad strokes look. T, I'm coming to you because you worked on TFT specifically. So what is your relationship, you know, working on a game mode, but how, you know, how music attaches to that or provides to the experience?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting coming from the dev perspective. If you ever play a game without music, it is really weird.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just totally missing atmosphere and something is wrong. And so when TFT finally got like their background music, it just was like, this feels like a game now.
Right, it puts you in the space.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, don't do it now. Continue watching us, but do it later. Go try and play a game of League of Legends or TFT or whatever your favorite game is, and turn off the music. And it is a wildly different experience.
Oh, yeah.
And then turn it back on, and I think you'll feel exactly that wave of emotion kind of rush back into you, and you'll feel fulfilled again. It will feel whole all of a sudden. Across the world, there are nearly 3,000 Rioters working to support players everywhere. They wanted to say thank you. So here it is.
It is incredible to see this entire community thriving together.
I'm Priscilla Queiroz, leader of the League of Legends team here in Brazil. I'd like to thank you for these last 10 years, and here's to many more.
Hi everyone, merhaba. This is Onur from Dubai office.
I just want to thank you guys for the last 10 years.
Danke für die letzten aufregenden 10 Jahre und ich freue mich schon sehr auf die nächsten 10 mit euch.
Hi, my name is Owen. I'm on the EU Insights team. I'd like to thank you all for a fun-filled 10 years of League of Legends.
Спасибо. Спасибо.
Огромное спасибо.
Спасибо за ваши эмоции. This is Chopper from Riot Esports. I just want to say thank you for your continued participation and engagement across both our game and our sport over these last 10 years.
Hello à tous, c'est Ken. Je voulais juste vous remercier pour ces 10 ans de League of Legends. J'espère qu'on va pouvoir vous retrouver encore pour une dizaine de plus. Et voilà.
Guys, inulit ko lang yung poll, ah. Inulit ko lang yung poll. Hi, Mark. Mark, wala pang release actually. Haka-haka pa lang to actually. Haka-haka pa lang na ngayon i-announce ang LoL Mobile. Pero may mga link na lumabas na. Actually, mayroon ng link or may mga sa China. Naglabas na may hindi ko alam kung sinadya o may na-leak na nag-leak na parang Play Store nila ron sa kanila. Na pwede mo i-download na yung or i-reserve na yung game. Parang APK niya. So, hindi pa malinaw sa ngayon. Dito natin malalaman kung meron bang lalabas na LoL Mobile.
Hi, I'm Helly from the London office. I just
Dito
want
yung
to say
official.
thank you.
Kaya abangan natin. Yun ang inaabangan natin ngayon.
Muchísimas gracias por estos 10 años de League of Legends y de muchas promos perdidas. ¡Felicidades!
Desde Riot Games España queremos dar las gracias a todas las personas que han hecho posible esta comunidad por 10 años más.
Hello everybody celebrating League of Legends birthday. We're part of the crew from around the world here in Berlin for the world's group stage. And we've just got one small thing to say.
Group stage.
Happy 10th anniversary of Worlds!
Yeah. Sa Berlin ang group stage, eh.
Quick trip around the world just to say thank you to all of you. I want to turn to the two guests that I have here, though, on the couch and ask you guys if out of these past 10 years you could pick a singular favorite experience that you've had maybe with a player or a community member. Toa, let's start with you and work this way.
Yeah, so I think for me, going back, I want to say it was around summer of 2015. So again, like I said, from Alaska, from a small town in Alaska, kind of Fairbanks. So big shout out to University of Alaska Fairbanks and all the friends out there. But for me, is going back after working on a few projects here at Riot, and happened to be just like walking through a cafe, and nobody was there, but there's just like one person who's sitting at the cafe, like on his laptop, and I'm just like, what would be the odds, right? So just kind of leaning over, very like creepy way, looking over his shoulder, and there he was, just like playing League of Legends, and and I'm with my mother at the time, and so I just kind of sat down, again, still trying not to be too creepy, but when he was done with his game, and chatted with him for like a good hour, and
Lipat natin yung mukha ko.
Because if you understand, like
Yan,
being in
para
Alaska, it's
hindi
really
masyadong kumakain ng space sa gitna. Yan.
so there's not a whole lot to do if you're not really into kind of different activities where you kind of have to be creative and find things. And so it was really interesting to hear this guy talk.
Hi guys, sa ating mga bagong dating na viewers, please follow our page. Kuya J.
But not only that, like they were a band randomly, and as soon as I started talking about like, oh, like what do you think about the music, over at Riot Games and League of Legends, and he was like, oh, we play like Pentakill, and he started just humming some of like I think it was Last Whisper, and I was just like, would not expect that right in a small town in Alaska. So that to me is still like kind of a
25 minutes mag-start na tayo. I mean yung Riot, please.
What about you? For me,
Yung Riot, please ang
if there's
inabangan natin.
anything people know about me, it's that I really love a certain color, and I don't know if you could guess what it
blue,
is, but
right?
but it's green.
Oh,
and so
I was close.
my Riot name is Riot Greenily, and I remember this player reaching out to me one time over Twitter. I think his name is Andrew, and we just like. We're super excited, vibing about our green chromas. Like I have this collection of green chromas. I always try to get them. And then sometime later, he reaches out to me and he's like, hey, do you have the Papercraft Anivia skin yet? Because it's part of the League Partner Program. And I actually I can only get that the same way a player would be able to. And he had an extra one and he wanted to give it to me. And I was like, no, I don't want to I think you should give it to a player. But he was like, no, I think you are someone who deserves it and you will spread the love of green. And so I was super, super touched that a player would give back to me like that.
Hashtag the love of green. It's the new movement, I guess. That's so cool though. I mean, from anything as big as a shared love of a specific game or a specific color can be found through this game. What? That's wild. Okay, as we continue the festivities here at Riot, show us how you're celebrating a decade of League of Legends on Twitter, not Tweeter. Or you can use Tweeter too, the lesser known cousin app. But keep tweeting to us using that hashtag League10. As we were
guys,
building
post
League of
kayo.
Legends over the years, though, we decided some of these memories might be worth capturing. Documentarian
May
Leslie
mga
Ives
memory na
joined
matagal
us
na.
along the journey to create League of Legends Origins. It will be
League of
available on
Legends
Netflix
Origins.
and other channels this week, so make sure you check
What's that?
that out. Thank you to T and Toa for joining us today. Please go enjoy the rest of the festivities.
League of
They're probably gonna be
Legends
hopping out
Origins.
here with you. We're going to swap them out, get a couple
What's
of
that?
other riders
League
to
of
join
Legends
us up
Origins.
here from around the world. And while they make their way up here, some more are going to say thank you.
It is incredible to see this entire community thriving together.
Marhaba, this is Muhammad from Dubai's office.
Thanks for the incredible 10 years.
So I'm Pauling, I'm part of the tech team here in Dublin. I just want to say thank you to all the players and content creators that made League of Legends what it is today.
Hi, I'm Olia from London office. Thank you for being amazing players.
Hi everyone, I'm Rafał. I'm from the localization team in Dublin. I wanted to thank you all for the amazing 10 years. Dzięki, że jesteście.
Hello à tous, c'est Alex de la team Paris. Ça fait 10 ans. Alors qu'est-ce qu'on dit? Merci!
もう10年か。これからの10年もよろしくお願いします。
いつも楽しんでくださってありがとうございます。
ありがとう。
Hi, ich bin Alex vom Berliner Büro und vielen Dank für 10 Jahre League of Legends.
Merhabalar, ben Barla Sapaydın. 10 senedir bu oyunu beraber oynadığımız için çok teşekkür ediyorum. Nice 10 senelere hep beraber.
10년 동안 LOL을 사랑해주셔서 감사합니다.
올해도록 저희 롤을 사랑해주셔서 정말 감사합니다. LCK 파이팅!
Ê em, đã bao nhiêu năm rồi?
10 năm rồi.
Wow, 10 năm rồi hả? Wow, cảm ơn các bạn đã ủng hộ mình cho 10 năm mới ủng hộ Liên huyền thoại.
On behalf of Riot Southeast Asia, gusto namin magpasalamat sa masayang 10 taon ng League of Legends. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Hola, soy Riot Pennyworth y quiero agradecerles por estos 10 años. No hubiera sido posible sin ustedes y su pasión. Gracias.
Hey everyone, this is Rivington here from the LCS team in North America. Thank you so much for the past 10 years. It's been really awesome getting to meet so many of you along the way.
Желаем вам
Еще больше.
на полях правосудия.
Спасибо!
I don't think we could say it enough. Thank you, and 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 you. What if I actually went around and thanked every single one? Oh, especially you. No, really, thank all of you. I'd like to introduce our next two guests. We have Ariel from the League Narrative team and Ryan from the League's Comm team. Cactopus, have you locked in those final designs for the Prestige Summoner Icon yet?
They're coming in really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As good as well as my RP art?
Yeah, a lot
Just
of people, you know, they didn't think we'd give them any gifts for the 10-year anniversary. But
Right.
Very proud of this Summoner Icon.
Yeah, that's gonna be slick.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Cannot
very
wait.
slick.
Beautiful. Okay, well, don't forget to send us your favorite League of Legends memories with that hashtag League10, whether it's personal play, an esports moment, or anything in between. Please share it with us. What are your favorite League memories? Let's start with you, Ariel.
So my favorite League memory, I think we were updating Nautilus's bio and information.
Okay.
And we made some changes and there were some player reactions that were very strong. And so before we jumped in and reworked his bio, I asked if we could actually just ask players what Nautilus meant to them.
That's cool. So how did you do that?
So, I mean, you know, we have folks' email addresses who've played, and so we just hit everybody up with an email and said, if you've played Nautilus, if you love Nautilus, just jump on the boards and tell us what you think. And I didn't quite understand how many people would probably do this, but there were a lot of responses, like a lot of responses.
And what were they like? What were people saying?
It was amazing to hear what this character, who many people dismiss as just like some guy in a diving suit, that he really meant something to somebody. Like it was, you know, this is somebody who they'd spent hours and hours of gameplay with, and you know, him being at the bottom of the ocean and carrying this anchor, like were stand-ins that helped them get through a tough time in their lives. That.
Wow.
Just the player fantasy of kind of like being this kind of dark force, or all these meanings for people. Just it was so touching, and I put a lot of pressure
My name
on
is
trying
Tokyo.
to figure out how to honor all of
Owen
that.
is story.
But it was just really exciting to read all of those responses and know that these characters leave an impact on people.
Right. I want to dig into that because I kind of want to understand what it's like to be in a space that is ever changing and evolving. Not only are we just introducing new characters, the world keeps expanding. As we know, we at a specific time threw a whole lot out and started to rebuild. So, when people so actively care about stories, but you are also charged with evolving the universe, like what's that balance like?
I think you just have to kind of start where we are and keep asking questions. And thankfully, players ask us a lot of questions, so we kind of understand what things we want to dig into and connect. And hopefully, we're building better and bigger and more important connections between our characters and our world and players, and just following them on their journey. And I think that's one of the fantastic things about working in narrative is just this discovery of story.
And that's where I'm going to jump over to you because in a lot of cases you're on the front lines of some of those questions
Sure.
that
And I
are
have
coming at
questions
us.
for you about Corky's backstory.
Yeah,
I'm really trying to. All right, we'll cook on it.
Dig
Okay.
into that later.
Okay.
But yeah, what is that like? Because you are at the cross section of a rioter and player or community member, and so very much so you are responsible to both sides in your position as a comms leader.
Yeah.
So what's that experience like, taking it from all sides in a sense?
It's a super weird job. I like it though. I think the thing that I like most is that I get to help writers make sense of the thing that they're working on and talk to players about it.
My name is Tokyo.
Because they can get really scared. Because they care actually a lot. I know there's a person in this audience named Daruk who's been working on Clash for a while now. And he has a lot of emotions about it, and he really wants it to go good. And I think it will at some point, right? And he's worked with some extremely talented people, like a person named Ben, who's helped him tell players about how we've been trying to get this thing right for years, right? I think it's a cool job, because if you can get it right and players understand and players see where we're coming from, it makes everybody feel better about what they're working on.
Right. What have you found the sweet spot? Like, is there kind of a relationship sweet spot that we operate in that feels good for both sides?
It's swingy. I think we kind of actually like when players like meme on us because we deserve it a lot of times.
Okay, there's permission.
Yeah.
It's meme
I mean,
away.
You're gonna do it anyway.
You heard it. Yeah, they will, right?
And then I think what we really have fun doing is like we see like kind of we get roasted and we're like, okay, but that kind of motivates us to do something better.
Yeah.
And then when we deliver, maybe we can have fun too.
I hear that. How cool. I love that. Riot Swim Bananas is back over at Riot HQ, so let's check in with her.
I'm here at Jinx Tattoo Shop here at Riot Games headquarters with Riot Iron Maid Anne. Hi, Anne. How are you?
Mel, how are you?
Do you mind explaining to me what's going on in this room?
Yeah, so we are running Jinx's tattoo shop where we have Jinx here herself slinging her wares. We have some sweet L10 inspired temporary tattoos. Unfortunately, not the real thing today. And then a bunch of artists doing some tattoo flash art inspired by League.
So how are players submitting their requests to get tattoo art?
On Twitch, we have rioters on the stream right now, taking all your requests as artists get them done on, live.
But so why for League of Legends 10 year did you decide to do tattoo art? That doesn't normally come to my mind right away, so why'd you pick that one?
Yeah, that's a good question. So Jinx, of course, herself is donned with super awesome tattoos, but we've also seen over the last several years that players will express their love for League with permanent art, and what better way to celebrate with players than to offer our own interpretation of semi-permanent, not very permanent tattoos as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Ganda na
Anne.
Jinx din,
It looks like it's super fun in here. We'll try to get some chats to share with
Ganda
the
na
stream.
Jinx, ah.
You have a good day.
Parang girly masyado siya ron. Yung Jinx natin na nakikita sa laro ay tomboy yan.
I'm kind of curious. I don't have a league tattoo. Do either of you? No. Okay. Show of hands. Does anyone here in the audience have a permanent League tattoo? We got one. What do you have? Wriggles Lantern. Oh, throwback. Well, that's why you're here. One of the OGs. Yeah, I like that. We know BRTT's got the
Yeah,
Draven
yeah.
axes. I had the privilege of being on All Chat for a period of time, and on that show we got just an astronomical number of submissions for all kinds of art, and included in that was tattoo work, and it is just amazing to me, you know, the dedication and passion people have for specific things within the game to then go permanently tattoo them on their body, but then to see their takes, their creative takes on those things, or the artist's take on those things, and just what a wonderful celebration of where we're at. If you were gonna go over to the Jinx tattoo shop though and get a semi-permanent tattoo, what would it be?
Kali's dragons are pretty sweet.
Kali's dragons,
Yeah.
that would be sick. Would they like be intertwining, or
Well, I think
how's this work?
probably mimicking that pattern.
Okay, beautiful. I like it. What about over
Full Corky with a plane.
You and Corky, okay.
Freak out
Learning
my
a
wife
heck of a
when I
lot
get
about
home.
you right
Make her think it's real. Yeah.
Okay,
He
fair
does
enough.
an excellent Corky.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think I would just get Vi's gauntlets tattooed on my hands.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, or maybe I'd have to find a way to swell them up a bit to make them legit. I don't know. I detract.
Kung magpapatataw kayo ng League of Legends
Talk to me about this book
stuff,
that is sitting in
anong
your-
art ang
This book
ilalagay
that
ninyo?
is sitting in What is it?
This is Realms of Runeterra, and this has been my passion
Yeah.
project for like the last 6
Ito yung
months.
libro.
And only at Riot
League of Legends
can
Runeterra.
we do passion projects quite like this. But this is just
Ano tawag dyan?
it came together very quickly, but it is a story and art
Yeah,
book,
nilabas nito dati.
telling stories about our
It's an
world
art book,
and
no?
the people and places within it. And so many Rioters worked so hard on this, and it's just amazing. I cannot wait for this to go to players.
You can pre-order it right now.
Yes, you can.
November 5th is when it comes out.
Search mo dito kung
Amazon, all those places.
Dali lang guys.
Can I
allowed
give
to?
I cannot give this one because
Damn.
we only have this.
I tried.
But
I'm sorry.
I'm sure we could send a couple to some select folks.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, we'll work those details out later. But either way, super cool forward written by you, and amazing work done by tons of Rioters across the entire company. Our next video, though, was created by the Riot Korea team to commemorate the last 10 years of League cosplayers. Just like League, cosplaying capabilities have evolved over the years. Costumes weren't perfect in the beginning, but were loved by many, and that passion and love fueled these cosplayers' dedication. Let's take a look at cosplay over the years.
Ano ka lang uli guys? Tao dyan. Minute ko lang muna. Baka matag tayo. KDA eh. Yan yata yung kaninang naano sa akin. Na flag. Yo, thank you. Sino yan? Si Joshua ba yan? Thank you Joshua sa pag-share. Pag-like. Guys, pa-follow na page. Yun lang muna, pa-follow muna na page. Subukan ko. Gangplank. Hindi pa, Joshua. Papanoorin ko lang ito saglit tong ano. Itong Riot, please. Baka i-announce dito yung LoL mobile eh. Fiddlestick yun? Said. Sora. Driven. Tagal ah. So kakakit. Tapos na. Sino character yun? Madrid.
Desde Riot Games España queremos dar gracias a todas las personas que han hecho posible esta comunidad por 10 años más.
Hallo, ich bin Hannes von Riot Berlin. Danke für die letzten aufregenden 10 Jahre und ich freue mich schon sehr auf die nächsten 10 mit euch.
Dziękujemy, że z nami jesteście i budujecie tę świetną społeczność.
Hallo zusammen, ich bin Sora vom Berliner Team und möchte mich für die unglaublichen 10 Jahre bedanken.
Hallo, ich bin Sarah aus dem Berliner Office. Vielen Dank für 10 Jahre League of Legends.
Hi, ich bin Alex vom Berliner Büro und vielen Dank für 10 Jahre League of Legends.
Hans hier von Riot Berlin, vielen Dank für 10 Jahre League of Legends. Ich freue mich auf die nächsten 10 Jahre mit euch.
Danke!
6 minutes. 6 minutes mag-start tayo. Ay, sila pala. Yung Riot please ang inabangan natin eh. Yan o, yung nakabasa yun. Yung 6 PM 10th Anniversary Edition. Yan yung inaabangan natin. Diyan, sabi, parang sasabi na dyan, dyan daw i-announce yung tawag yan, yung LoL Mobile. Oh, si Nico. Cute ni Nico. Sino ito isa? Kha'Zix? Kha'Zix. Sino yun? Sino yun? Lisandra? Hindi si Lisandra. Lisandra ba yun? Kita ko to si Timo Hat eh. Simulan na. 2 minutes na lang guys. 2 minutes na lang, mag-start na tayo. Mag-start na, Riot please. Not sure kung merong post sila sa Reddit. Sa Reddit pala sila madalas nagpo-post eh. Yung Riot eh. So, I think ito na yan. Mukhang ito na yan.
すべてのプレイヤーの皆様へ、リーグオブレジェンドを愛していただき、本当にありがとうございます。次の10年も頑張ります。10年後もみんなでお祝いしましょう。ありがとう。
10年ありがとうございました。次の10年も上を目指して頑張りましょう。ありがとう。10ありがとう。
もう10年か。これからの10年もよろしくお願いします。ありがとう。
10年間楽しんでくれてありがとうございます。そしてこれからもよろしくお願いします。ありがとう。
これからの10年もよろしくお願いします。ありがとう。10年間ありがとうございます。これからもよろしくお願いします。
あ
りがとう。
これからの10年もよろしくお願いします。ありがとう。
これから10年も最高のコンテンツ、最高のチャンピオンのボイスを提供していきたいと思いますのでよろしくお願いします。ありがとう。
いつも楽しんでくださってありがとうございます。これからの10年もよろしくお願いします。ありがとう。
10年間応援ありがとうございました。次、
Saan pa nakakabili ng mga ganyang figure?
引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
Guys, pa-follow ng page, please.
これからの
Pa-follow lang.
10年もよろしくお願いします。ありがとう。
皆さん、本当に10年間ありがとう。
10年間あっという間だったね。これからも日本で思い出作っていくのを楽しみにしています。ありがとう。
Pang ano dito, dali na. Okay lang yan siguro. Royalty free naman siguro tong music na to. Nasa ibang music hindi. Sa channel, pag pinanood mo yung channel may sounds siya dyan. Sa channel na yan. 10 o'clock na. Start na. Start na. Ilang string yung gitara niya? 8 string? 8 string, no? Bass ba yan? Hindi. Gitara tayo. Lead guitar eh. 1, 2, 3 7? 7 string? Tagal, no? Ayoko mag-hat eh. Mainit eh. Ayun na. Tanggalin natin. Mainit na. Here we go. Start na. Riot, please. Thanks Carlos Ruiz for the follow. Guys, 5 minutes late, delayed na sila. Sila on time. Thanks Clark Warren Caparas for the follow. Sino tong babae? Akali? Akali? No, hindi si Akali, no? Katarina. Katarina yan, no? Saka pala guys, merong website na kinrate itong sina League of Legends. Makikita nyo si Rice din eh. It's celebrate.leagueoflegends.com. Try nyo i-open. Makikita nyo si Rice, saka nagabago eh. Dynamic yung website.
Hello and welcome to the League of Legends 10-year anniversary celebration pre-show show match. Gosh, that was a mouthful. you're probably asking
I
yourself,
have some
"Who's
actually,
this
pero
random
mga
person in front of me?"
bootleg lang yun.
Well, my name is Jordan, Chief Wizard King Jarvis, and for the last number of years, my role at Riot has been to introduce new Rioters to the company.
Jordan
And now it
Jarvis.
is my pleasure to introduce you.
Thanks,
to
Clark Warren,
Rioters,
sa pag-share,
that
ah.
you may have never seen before. We've got a lot of exciting stuff to share with you today. We've got folks on campus from all over the world. Some of the things going on that you can check out throughout the day are some tattoo arts being done if you want to see Rioters get 10 tattoos designed. A music stream where you can see Rioters perform some of our favorite songs from the League of Legends collection. A stream focused on the history of League, as well as an opportunity to have a Riot artist draw a super meme version of your favorite skin. We'll take a peek at some of those channels later, but if something catches your eye, or if it sounds interesting, feel free to pop on over whenever. But here is where I need your help. We've got to start the day off with some show matches, right? So the first game we're going to play is with some pro players that you may have heard about before, facing off against some Rioters. But I need your help figuring out what they're going to play. So give me a champion, a skin, faction, you know, anything Mimi and Trolly that you want to see your favorite Rioters and pro players play. But first, while they get set up in game, we are going to take a look at some words from our LATAM office, followed by a really cool video of some Korean cosplay. We'll see you in a minute.
Wait lang. Guys, nagkamali tayo ng website. Nagkamali tayo ng website. Dali ah. Dali. Hindi ko... Ano ko lang muna. Nagkamali tayo ng website. Hindi pala dito. Sorry. Dito pala.
It's important for you to choose which charities the money raised in your region goes to. And that's what this fund will make possible. Later this year, we'll be releasing Dawnbringer Karma, the first skin where all proceeds will go to the Social Impact Fund. On behalf of everyone at Riot, thank you for everything you've done. The good we can do together is just getting started. Okay, let's hear about what we've got planned for preseason.
Hey everyone, Jess here. Before we get into preseason, I want to share a small announcement that'll make players in one particular part of the world happy. We know that there are many League players in the Middle East and North Africa who love League and have been playing on European and North American servers, and that we can do a better job of supporting them. We are proud to announce that we will be supporting these players by gradually offering all Riot Games products and services in Arabic. Okay, on to preseason changes. Over the years, Summoner's Rift has changed a lot. Sometimes in small adjustments to things you're already familiar with, and sometimes in complete overhauls or totally new additions. We've always thought of Summoner's Rift as a living, breathing place with enough depth to be fun and interesting, whether it's your first time playing or if you're a seasoned veteran. And to that end, preseason 2020, Rise of the Elements will introduce new emergent gameplay opportunities on the map, meant to open fresh strategies to master, outplay, and win. The biggest change here is the new Elemental Rift system. As teams take down Elemental Drakes, one element will eventually dominate the Rift, permanently altering the map. Each Elemental Rift impacts teamfights, rotations, vision, and objective control in a unique way, meaning no one game will play out the same as the last, even if everyone's on the same champ. Infernal knocks down walls and burns down brush. Mountain adds new terrain to play around. Ocean makes brush grow larger and spawn extra honey fruit, and Cloud turns pathways into wind tunnels that increase movement speed. Elemental buffs are also getting an overhaul, with the final stack of each element offering powerful effects that aren't just stats. Plus, Cloud Drake should be more satisfying now that we've switched it to grant CDR on your ult. And don't worry, we're not letting Elder Dragon be one-upped by its younger siblings. When the game gets to Elder, we know the game's progressed pretty far. And to that end, we want to change the invisible parts of Elder buff into power that more clearly tells you to fight and push through to the end. Elder buff's keeping its burn effect, but instead of the large passive stat stick Elder currently gives, it'll now ground and execute against enemies below a certain health threshold. Dragons aside, we're also making a few map changes to add more outplay opportunities. Top and bot are getting new alcoves to shake up vision control and ganks.
Ito additional.
And we're adding some new brush by the blue buff river entrances.
Nice!
That's just the start of what preseason has to offer. We'll be publishing a dev blog shortly after the stream with more info on these changes, plus a ton of others we didn't have the time to get to here. Next up, we've got a piece to show you.
This one.
Following his relentless pursuit of his nemesis, Lucian finally comes face to face with his past, kicking off a new chapter of one of League's oldest rivalries. Check it out.
Oh. Ito yung napanood na natin actually. Ito na yung continuation. Okay. Alright. Cool. Nice. Alright. Ganda ng cinematics ng ano, no? Ayan. Asawa niya, si Senna. This is Senna. Wow! Ba't niya binaril? Hindi. That's why si Senna is a support champion. Ay, Kas. Ayun na. Nice. Could be a new champ. Ito ba? Baka dito i-announce. Could be a new champ. Hindi, meron pa rin Lantern.
That's right. Senna is coming to League of Legends as our first ever support marksman. She'll be available on PBE October 29th.
Support marksman.
Summoner's Rift isn't the only mode that's evolving this year. Let's talk a little bit about League's newest permanent game mode, Teamfight Tactics. When we launched Teamfight Tactics earlier this year, we hoped you'd love it, and the response has blown us away. TFT has brought millions of players to League. It's one of the biggest modes we've ever added to League, and it has us feeling incredibly inspired about ways we can keep investing into TFT for years to come. One of the biggest ways we're going to be changing the game in the near future is with seasonal sets. A couple of times per year, we'll rotate in a whole new host of champions, origins, classes, and items. TFT will always be about strategic depth and exploration. In the new sets, we'll keep some of the mechanics familiar, but we'll also reimagine a few favorites, and we'll introduce others that are totally new. Thematically, we can explore the entire League universe and the alternate universes by drawing deep from the whole spectrum of champions and skins that we've created in the past 10 years. The first seasonal set is coming to live servers in just 3 weeks. It's called Rise of the Elements, just like preseason. It will feature totally new origins like Desert, Inferno, Poison, and new classes including the Summoners and Mystics. New champions like Lux, Annie, Olaf, and even some old favorites bringing new twists. Those that played in the beta season will get rewarded for their climb, and we'll reset the ladder as we bring improvements to the system. And of course, Set 2 wouldn't be complete without a whole new host of little legends, arena skins, and some brand new things to make you and your team look good. It'll hit PBE October 22nd, and we've just published a dev blog on LeagueOfLegends.com with more details. Check it out and let us know what you think. One more thing. From the moment we launched TFT, players have been asking for a mobile version of the game. It turns out, you guys actually do have phones. So by popular demand, we're announcing Teamfight Tactics as its own separate app for iOS and Android devices.
Oh.
It's coming in early 2020, and we'll have a few betas coming in December of this year.
2020,
It'll feature
guys.
full cross-platform play with the PC version of TFT. Hope you enjoy.
Underlords, man.
We hope you're as excited as we are for what's coming for SR and TFT. There's something else we'd like to share. It's something we've been working on for a while, and some of you might even be expecting some on behalf. TFT isn't the only thing going multi-platform. Coming soon, we'll be bringing the League experience to both mobile and consoles. So let's take a first look at League of Legends Wild Rift.
What? Ano? Yeah, naglalaro siya. Nice! Ito na nga guys. Ito na. So ibig sabihin magmo-multi-platform
Hey
ano?
It's Michael Chow. I've been dying to talk to you about the Wild Rift, which is coming soon to console and mobile. It's taken us years, way too long to do this, but we had to get it right. We needed to figure out how to bring a true League experience to other platforms in a way that's worthy of your love, your time, your investment. And we think we've finally gotten there with the Wild Rift, and we're thrilled to be able to share it with you. Now, why bring League to other platforms in the first place? Well, for years, many of you have been telling us that the marquee League PC experience is sometimes tough to fit into your lifestyle, which can change from 1 week to the next, 1 month to the next, 1 year to the next. You've also been telling us that you simply can't play League with a lot of the friends you love to game with. Yes, because of their lifestyles as well, but also because League takes a long time to learn. The matches are really long and so on. So we built a new Rift that you can play on console and mobile with 15 to 20 minute matches and a dual stick control scheme that's intuitive and satisfying and still super deep. We've also added some new systems that preserve the core 5v5 gameplay you know, while adding a few twists that we think really shine on mobile and console. Now, Wild Rift is not a port of the PC game. Taking SR and just shoving it onto new platforms wasn't going to work. To get the gameplay just right, we needed to rebuild from scratch. We spent a long time making sure this will be a true League of Legends experience that's worthy of devoting your precious game time. Wild Rift has incredible depth, and you can make those same badass 200 IQ outplays and team plays you know and love from League PC.
Nice. Ito na guys. So it's true. It's real. And it's cross-platform. Ibig sabihin, console and mobile this can be played in console and mobile at the same time.
We'll be straight with you. There are some downsides to the from-scratch approach we've taken. We're not going to have every single champ and skin available on all platforms. And although you won't get the same unlocks between League on PC and this version, you will get great rewards for the time you've spent with League over the last 10 years. But like I said, we think these trade-offs are worth it. Starting from scratch has given us the opportunity to do a full visual remaster on a ton of the game. We've also taken the time to build an all-new collection system that lets you show off all your champs and skins in an incredibly immersive way. We think this is so dope, we're just going to play this for a bit so you can enjoy it.
Tigreal? Tigreal pala, Tigreal. Sino yun? Ito yung mga skin, ha? Ito yung mga skin na magiging available sa mobile. Sino to? Si ano?
We've got so much more to show you, but that's everything from me for now. As you saw earlier, League on PC has some huge plans ahead, but we'd love for you to join us on the Wild Rift when the game releases in your region. We're rolling out limited alphas and betas in select regions later this year, with plans to roll out on most platforms in most regions globally by the end of 2020.
Tagal pa?
So whether you're grinding ranks on Summoner's Rift, popping
sana
poros
kasama
in
tayo
a
sa mga bebeta.
going full glacial in TFT, or squeezing in a game on the Wild Rift, we hope that there's a place for you and your friends to dive into the world of League together.
Shanghai, China.
10 years ago, being an esports fan was hard. Tournaments were few and far between. Streaming was still in its infancy.
When we held our Season 1 tournament at DreamHack, we had like 100 folding chairs, half of them were empty, but you tuned in en masse, 1 million on the stream, and that show of force gave us the permission to go big, to lay the groundwork for a sport that would be worthy of the passion from the players and the teams and the fans.
We saw the potential, but our journey was not without setbacks and failures.
Along the way, we faced our fair share of detractors.
We often struggle to deliver an experience worthy of your expectations. But you continue to show up.
A record-shattering 99.6 million viewers tuned in to watch Invictus Gaming face off against Fnatic at last year's World Championship.
지금은 100개가 넘는 전문 e스포츠 팀에 1000명 이상의 프로 선수들이 전 세계 13개의 프로 리그에서 경쟁합니다.
These organizations now mirror more traditional sports orgs.
It's coaches, analysts, personal trainers, and sponsors.
There are thousands of professionals around the world whose full-time careers are in the sport of League of Legends.
In the years ahead, you'll see more features like ProView and more blending of sports and entertainment with experiences like the Elder Dragon and KDA.
Even if you're silver in League, you can prove you're a challenger to your coach in the new League of Legends Esports Manager coming out next year.
Oh. What? Esports Manager?
我们将在下赛季初从 LPL 赛区开始着手这件事情，并最终尝试把它向全球范围内推广。
You'll see more investment into studios like the one we're in right now, which was developed to power not only our LPL league, but also our 10th World Championship, a multi-city spectacle taking place in China next year.
Now, the next few years of esports will no doubt be epic. But more immediately, we're just as excited about what's right in front of us, the 2019 World Championship.
16 teams from around the world are competing in Berlin for the chance to raise the Summoners Cup. Top teams who survive the group stage will travel to Madrid before completing their journey on November 10th at the 2019 World Finals in Paris.
We are so grateful to all of you for watching, for supporting, and for believing in the potential of League. We could not have done this without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Thank you.
teşekkürler.
감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you for helping make League of Legends a global sport.
For all of you and all the support you've put into League of Legends, thank you so much.
Riot headquarters.
Even in the early days, we knew we wanted League to be about characters with rich personalities, clearly defined themes, and deep gameplay. But we were all passion and heart with very little practical expertise. Some of our early efforts managed to capture something magical, but we knew a lot of them had room to improve. We've always believed that we've made something great when it resonates deeply with you all. All that love that you put into our world and the appreciation you show when we get something right inspires us to keep trying. At first, the League universe existed only within the game. Then, we realized players wanted to know more about the world, but we were a little scared that we were going to screw it up. So we invested in small experiments to try to get better. But now we're entering a new era. You're going to see us try a lot of different ways for you to engage with the world of League of Legends. From comics to novels, board games, music videos, TV. I know this all sounds a little crazy, but like with everything we do, we're going to look to you to let us know what's working, and we'll double down on those areas.
List entire music catalog to Spotify. Oh. What's this? May studio sila para sa music, no?
Hey, Toa. How's the latest sounding? Oh, it's pretty good, I think. Hold up for you. Yeah, man, that sounded great. Thanks. Hey guys, how's Worlds going?
Hey, it's going really well. Ready to go, dude. See you in Paris.
See you in Paris.
Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless you survive.
Guys, baka i-ano ko lang, mute ko lang muna. Delikado, baka tayo, baka copyright. Hintayin lang natin matapos. Session na. Baka ma-copyright lang, baka maputol yung stream natin. Medyo sensitive sa Facebook eh. Sa Twitch kasi nila ito pinlay eh. Putulin lang natin. Alarm. Ito lang natin guys. Wala lang sound dahil minute natin dahil baka dali tayo ng Facebook. Better safe than sorry. Okay. Prevent natin maputulan tayo. Yun o, bago. Okay na tayo. So this is a mobile. What's this? Ano yun? Ano to? Ano yun? Meron pa hindi na-discuss.
So for the last 10 years, we haven't just been making League of Legends.
We always knew we wanted to make new games eventually, but not at the expense of, the growth and the needs of League of Legends.
A lot of us spent our youth playing shooters, like really hard shooters.
Strategy games.
Had a Street Fighter 2 machine.
I love games that bring me somewhere new.
One of my all-time favorite games, for example, is Civilization. The single-player side, not the multiplayer side.
Magic the Gathering, by far.
I've been
a card game player my whole life.
I grew up playing lots of classic adventure games.
I play a lot of MMORPGs, which tend to last basically forever.
I was going to the arcade every day after school.
I've been a dungeon master for 30 years.
I think Riot is a collection of people that started as players that wanted to make new experiences or better experiences, so they became developers while remaining players.
Whether you're a tactical shooter fan, or fighting game fan,
may fighting
or strategy card game fan, you can count on Riot to support those needs with a really, really strong long-term mindset.
Even though we all love League of Legends, I think we also all love to imagine the possibility of what would it be like to run around and explore the world of Runeterra? How could we enable experiences for players to go explore with their friends?
I hope that in the same way when you see a Disney movie and then you go to Disneyland and getting to actually walk around and explore a space that you know really well feels so magical, I hope that's the kind of experience that we can give to players. That feeling of actually seeing something and then going there in person and wandering around as though it were real.
We didn't build League of Legends, right? We started it, we seeded it, and then we built it with the community of players, right? The players have showed us ways to play our game that we never imagined, right? And they're continuing to do that.
You know, we just exposed a whole bunch of information about what we're making. As we become, I think, more transparent, that they will know that we are always thinking about them first.
As a developer, it's such an exciting time when you've been working on something sort of behind the scenes for such a long period of time, and you start to show it to the rest of the world to get feedback.
About a month ago at EVO, we were able to share news about Project L with fighting game fans around the world, live and in person. That was a crazy, surreal experience because we've been working on this for a little while and we've always had to be so secretive. What I think League of Legends players expect from this game is different, but in some ways harmonious with what I think fighting game players expect from this game. Everyone wants a great game, but what we've been seeing is that people are really excited to see Runeterran champions like in a new light, even like from a new camera angle. Making fighting games is really, really tough. These are intricate games to make, and while we're a good ways towards making something that we think is really cool, we still have a long way to go. We're gonna go dark for a while after this, so please don't expect anything soon, but know that we're here working hard for you.
My hope is that Riot continues on for many, many years and decades to come as a company that players can count on to have their back.
We're really excited to see how people react, and you know, we believe that there's an incredible opportunity to sort of make some player dreams come true in a bunch of new ways, and we hope we can do that.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna, and I'm the executive producer on one of those games you just saw, codenamed Project A. We've talked about our philosophy on developing new games here at Riot, but I figured we could also show you some. We're making new games, and this one's different, so here it is. Project A is our character-based tactical shooter. It's competitive, it has precise gunplay, it's set on a beautiful near-future Earth, and it has a lethal cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities. This is our take on a competitive shooter.
Nice.
We promise that just like League, we're in this for years and years to come. With Project A, we're staying true to the high consequence gameplay of tac shooters. But we want to evolve the space. We want a tac shooter with more creativity, more expression, and a lot more style. In Project A, your abilities create amazing tactical opportunities for your gunplay to shine. We started with a crew of veteran developers who have a deep passion and a wide range of experience in the FPS space. But it's not enough to have the right team. We also need to solve the right problems. But what does that really mean? Well, we're all tired of seeing our bullets not register because of low server tick rates. We keep hearing buzzwords like dedicated servers, but almost nothing about low ping or how a game plans to fight Peeker's advantage. But with Project A, we're going big on things like global infrastructure and netcode designed to go to war on Peeker's advantage. You'll hear more technical details as we get closer to launch, But just know, we know, these are critical things to get right. Now let's talk about the cheaters. We know you hate second guessing if you really lost, or if someone was running an aimbot or a wall hack. From day one, we have put anti-cheat at the forefront of our development, and we will do whatever it takes to preserve the integrity of your matches.
Nice, much
we want to be
terminated.
firm in our commitment here, because this matters to us, and we know it really matters to you. And these are just some examples of what we mean when we say we want to do a character-based tactical shooter right. We're keeping the fundamentals that make this genre so competitive, but also bringing some new additions. We're going heads down for a while, but expect to hear more from us in 2020. In the meantime, keep an eye on our Riot Games Twitter feed for any updates and maybe a few cool teases. Thanks, everyone.
Nice. It's a card game.
Hi, I'm Jeff Jew.
I'm Andrew Yip.
And we have a confession.
We're making a card game.
What?
Legends of Runeterra.
Okay. We know what some of you might be thinking. Riot, there are plenty of card games. Why are you making another one?
And we get it. We've been playing them since we were kids, so we're super familiar with the flaws of our favorite genre. Spending an entire paycheck just to try another deck, over-the-top RNG deciding which player wins, metas that get solved way too fast, and cards that stay broke way too long. So we asked ourselves, what if we could change all that?
We spent a lot of time thinking about what we would do differently. And now we're aiming to shake up the card game formula by keeping what's great, improving what's not, and adding some new twists of our own. We've been hard at work making the best card game that we can imagine, one that we hope players everywhere will love. And we're super excited to show you what we've got so far.
Today, we're going to share 3 things we hope will excite you too. How we're bringing the world of League of Legends to this game, what makes our gameplay unique, and finally, how you unlock cards.
Let's do it. When we decided to make a card game in the League of Legends universe, we knew where we had to start, the champions. Ask any League player and they'll tell you why their main is the most badass, exciting, and satisfying champ to play. Our goal is to make the champions in Legends of Runeterra live up to those expectations and then some. In the first set, you can choose from 24 champion cards to include in your deck, each with a unique mechanic inspired by their original League abilities. Champions enter the battle as powerful cards, and if you play smart, they level up to become even more epic. These level ups are game-changing moments both strategically and visually.
Champions are key cards to build your deck around, but to take down the enemy nexus, you're going to need a team. Pick allies that support your champ's strategy to level up fast and take control of the board.
And you have tons of supporting cards to choose from. You'll encounter some familiar faces and discover completely new ones. Every card and character in the game comes from a region of Runeterra. At launch, you have access to cards from 6 major regions: Demacia, Noxus, Freljord, Piltover and Zon, Ionia, and the Shadow Isles. Each region has a distinct playstyle and strategic advantage. But things get even more interesting when you combine cards from 2 different regions. There's a deck for every personality and playstyle. But it's up to you to find the right cards for your winning strategy, or a different kind of strategy.
We believe the best card games are the ones where you make meaningful choices and constantly interact with your opponent, while the worst ones feel like complicated solitaire. So, we're designing Legends of Runeterra to really focus on that back and forth between you and the player on the other side of the screen. Each of you trying to anticipate the other's move and then beat them to the punch. You'll probably start with a strategy in mind and a win condition on the horizon. But as you alternate actions with your opponent, you'll need to think quick and make on-the-fly decisions. It's all about finding opportunities to predict what your opponent will do next, adapt your strategy, and achieve that ultimate outplay. The moment when you pull off your plan and make the move that wins you the game.
In our experience, these moments are the best part of a good card game. So we want to increase how often they happen and ensure that there are multiple paths to get there.
Now we could spend hours talking about all the ways you can win, but they told us to keep this video short, so here's a few. In Legends of Runeterra, it's skill above all. No game is over until it's over, and there will always be new cards and strategies to discover.
But there's probably still a big question on your mind. How do I actually get all these cards? We thought for a long time about what we, as players, would want the answer to be. With most card games, it takes a lot of time, money, or luck to get what you want. And if the only way you can get cards is at random, that sucks. We think one of the most fun aspects of a card game is experimenting with the different kinds of decks to find your style.
And that's really hard to do when unlocking new stuff is too random or too expensive. So one of our top priorities is to give you more choice in how you get your cards. To start, Legends of Runeterra is free to play. As you play, you'll complete quests and earn experience to advance and automatically unlock new cards. But which region you unlock first is totally up to you.
You decide where your cards come from and can switch regions whenever you want, which makes assembling your dream deck a whole lot easier.
We get how fun Kraken packs can be. It's paying for the card lottery that really sucks. So at the start of each week, you'll also unlock chests from the vault. These chests level up the more you play. They can also contain wild cards, which can be turned into any card you want, no guessing required. But we know sometimes you just want a guaranteed way to get specific cards too. So instead of waiting for the right drop, you can unlock cards for your collection using shards you've earned or coins you've bought.
Bottom line, in Legends of Runeterra, you will never pay for randomized packs. And you have a bunch of different ways to get the cards you actually want. No matter what, you'll end up with multiple decks for both casual duels and the competitive meta.
We're really excited to focus less on selling packs and more on the things that make a card game great. Deep, interactive strategy, frequent releases and balance updates, and endless experimentation.
We hope that by focusing on these things above all else, Legends of Runeterra can grow to become more than just a game. Like League back in 2009, we believe the journey is just beginning, and with your help, we can create something incredible together. What you've seen today is a foundation which we intend to build on for years to come. The full PC beta is coming in early 2020, and you can pre-register for both PC and mobile right now at playruneterra.com.
We bought that URL, right guys? .com?
And I know we said we only have 3 things to share today, but we might actually have one more. Are we ready?
Guess we'll find out.
For the next 5 days, we're rolling out a special preview patch of Legends of Runeterra on PC. Head to playruneterra.com and pre-register for a chance to get access right now. You can also check out live streams on Twitch to see more gameplay and link your Riot account to increase your chance at getting access.
A lot of things are work in progress, and we're still developing the final features, but we're super excited for you all to get a first look. And if you don't get a chance to play this time around, don't worry. We'll be back with another preview patch before the end of the year.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And until then, we hope you enjoy your first peek at Legends of Runeterra.
Okay. Second game down. May third game and a third game.
We love it when we have the opportunity to connect with all of you directly. And so much has happened since we all started on this journey over 10 years ago that we really just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. We've always aspired to be worthy of the passion, the love, and the dedication that you all have for League, and we are committed to bringing that same level of care and attention to everything that we do in the future.
And I really want to emphasize the thank you for sticking with us through the ups and downs of this journey, through painful server outages and game-breaking bugs, our failures to listen and get certain things right, tons of misfires and missteps, not to mention about 72 different Rise reworks. Because through it all, we've built together over the last 10 years, this game, this community, this sport, and this world of Runeterra. And on that last note, we're committed to finding ways to bring the stories from Runeterra to life. And before we wrap, we'd like to share a glimpse into one last thing that we've been working on.
For 10 years. series, guys.
I'd like to let you in
Ito yung League of Legends Origins.
Power comes to those who will do anything to achieve it.
Animated series. Hinihintay natin matagal na. Diba gumawa ang na maglabas ng movie ang Riot, pero hindi movie, ginawa na animated. So, Arcane. Nice one. So that's Jinx. Nice. Very good, nice. Galing. Galing. Ano meron? Yeah, si Jinx. Mukhang si Jinx yung una nilang kwento eh. Anong mangyayari sa after 5 minutes? So guys, yun yan, maraming mga updates na nangyayari. Hindi ka lang natin nasimulan dahil nagkamali ako. Akala ko sa YouTube ilalabas. Dito pala sa Twitch. Buti naalala ko na i-check sa Twitch. So, this is it. Merong League of Legends mobile, pero it's a different, ang tawag na nila is Wild Rift, but this is a multi-platform na game. It's similar to Summoner Rift, but you can play it with your mobile phone and console. Ibig sabihin magiging available sa console. So cross-platform. Pwede yung player na nasa console, pwedeng makipaglaro sa naka-mobile. Alright, ganun yung plan. Ganun yung sinabi na. Then what else? Other changes? May bago tayong champion, si Senna. Pero alam ko meron pa bukas o mamaya. Hindi ko alam kung bukas yun o mamaya. Meron champion roadmap. I-discuss tatlo ang bagong may tatlong parating pa na champion. Okay? And then yung rework ni Fidel Sticken di Volibear. Okay, then next, 4 na games or 3 na ilalabas ng na naka-base sa characters din ni League of Legends, pero except isa. Una yung Project A na parang Overwatch shooting game, pero hindi naka-base sa League of Legends yung character niya. And then yung card game na huli natin nakita, and then yung isa yung fighting game. Yung dalawang huli naka-base ang characters doon sa League of Legends. Pero meron pa sa isa lang pinapakita kanina, hindi ko lang naintindihan, hindi ko lang nagets. Babalikan ko mamaya. Yung RPG role-playing game nila. So ang daming parating, ang daming magagandang parating na games tong Riot Games. So we'll see. Let's wait and see. Yung mobile nga lang, yung sa mobile, regarding mobile, beta nun is by end o before this year ends. Pero ang beta niya is sa selected region lang. Hopefully, meron tayong ma-receive or makasama tayo ron sa mag-beta. Okay? Hopefully. And then, what else? By 2020 ilalabas yung full version ng game. So sana makasama tayo sa beta para matry natin yung Wild Rift. Ano pa? Kasi animated series, di ba? Sa kaya ilalabas yung animated series eh. Sa kaya siya ilalabas. Tayo natin to kung anong meron. Not sure kung anong kasunod. Legends of Frontera with Pacer Time and Android. Mukhang magbabago. Pagkapalit na ng show. Hindi natin nasimulan guys yung kanina. Hindi natin nasimulan. So, yun na nga, pagka magbabago na yung show, di natin pa, puputulin ko na yung stream. Kasi I have to do, papasok na ako sa office, mag-prepare na ako. But we'll see muna kung anong meron sa susunod. Tayo lang natin. Maganda rin yung nila, yung shooting game yung FPS, parang Overwatch. Ganda. Pero parang alinis tignan pa. So hopefully kapag ka nag full version yun ay talaga. Kasi Overwatch parang pag pinapanood nyo parang abigat masyado sa mata. Masyadong marami yung effects niya. Pero dito sa yung FPS nito parang Riot Games parang magaan sa mata tignan What's next?
In this strategy card game, it's creativity and cleverness that determine your success. Victory comes down to one simple question. What's your move? This is Legends of Runeterra.
Legends of Runeterra.
And these are the champions. Champions enter battle are some of the most powerful cards in the game.
I'll lead us to victory!
And each champ has a unique mechanic to become even stronger. But to reach their full potential, you'll have to play smart and look for the right opportunity to level them up. But if you can pull it off, the transformation is game-changing. Gain new abilities to crush your enemies. Turn the tide of battle with a swift combo.
They will no match.
Even break the rules and claim a new way to win. Every champion comes from a region of Runeterra, where allies of all kinds can join them in the fight. If you need soldiers to reinforce your army, Demacia stands ready. When your plan calls for striking hard and fast, the warriors of Noxus are legion. And for survivors that will outlast everything else, look no further than the Freljord. Each region plays differently and offers their own set of strategic advantages. Savvy players will combine cards from more than one to wield the strengths of both. Seek out Ionia to bring agility and flexibility to your fights. Add Piltover and Zorn to assemble a plan piece by piece. Or summon the Shadow Isles to unleash ruin upon your fragile, mortal foes. The paths to victory are many. Get creative, because how you build your deck is completely up to you. But it's not just what you play, it's how you play it. At its core, Legends of Runeterra is all about the choices you make and the risks you take. Here's how it goes down. Each round, players are either on offense or defense, indicated by sword or shield. While only one player gets to attack each round, both get to play cards, which means every move matters. In Legends of Runeterra, you alternate actions with your opponent. If they play a unit, you get to play something of your own, like a champion. Of course, the reverse could always happen too, so think carefully about every card you play. By the time it's your turn to act again, the state of the board could be completely different.
Many legs, not enough mustache.
Even when to attack is a critical decision. Do you play a unit first to increase your ranks and risk your opponent adding a powerful defender? Or attack with what you have now, forcing the fight, but reducing the impact? And sometimes, it all comes down to the spells. Cast a spell outside of combat or as a reaction to the changing battle. When your allies are set to clash with the enemy, you could bolster them with a quick buff. In response, your opponent may sneak in a shady move. While you consider a counter of your own, keep in mind, every action has a reaction.
No one belongs in chains!
As the magic maneuvers start to pile up, Oracle's Eye can help forecast the outcome before you fully commit. Once the chain of action-reaction is complete, the sequence goes off.
I've been hiding my light too long!
Nice.
Victory or defeat, each battle brings experience and progress. Choose which region you explore first and unlock the cards that call to you, changing regions as often as you'd like. As you advance, you'll collect new allies, spells, and champions. More than enough for multiple decks. You'll also come across wild cards, which can be turned into any card you want. No guessing required. Alternatively, use the shards you earned and the coins you've bought to acquire cards from the store. How you get cards is your choice. Once a week, the vault opens. Experiment with an abundance of new cards to discover your playstyle and craft your strategy.
PC lang kaya to?
As your collection grows, so do the possibilities.
PC lang siguro to, ano?
And the journey is just beginning. Soon, you'll be able to embark on expeditions and draft a deck as you go. Overcome as many opponents as you can with an evolving set of cards. Or truly test your skill by taking your strategy into ranked and see where you stand among the best players in Runeterra. Where you go from here is up to you. From the champions to the combat, the regions to the reactions, every choice you make is a chance to be legendary.
So meron na ba tayo yan? Meron na ba tayo?
Welcome back. I'm Julian Pastrytime Carr, and I'm very excited to bring you through Legends of Runeterra. Well, I'll be trying to get ahead of some questions you might have about the League of Legends card game. We're also adding more players to the preview patch for Legends of Runeterra all the time. So to get a chance at access, here's what you have to do. Link your Riot account to your YouTube or Twitch account, watch the stream, and wait for the drop. You can sign up right now at playruneterra.com. Now, design director of Legends of Runeterra, Andrew Yip, will be joining us a bit later on, so please tweet out your questions to @playruneterra, as we'll have a Q&A. For me though, the easiest way to get you acquainted is just to play the thing. So let's get right into it.
May C.
To start things out,
Okay guys, merong C. Available siya sa PC, available sa Google Play, sa Apple.
You get 4 cards.
Chineko, merong Southeast Asia na.
How much the card costs in the top left. If you've played a lot of card games, a lot of this stuff
I think
will
Singapore
probably be familiar to you.
Yeah.
But the things that aren't as familiar we'll get into as we go along. So I decided I want to replace these 2 cards. We'll draw 2 more here. Our friendly robot opponent has decided to wave, so I guess we'll wave back.
Pre-register tayo.
Alright, so we've drawn a unit here. We'll play Sithria of Cloudfield. You know, cost 1, pretty cheap. Is a 2/2. But this is a little different. So we're going to play a card. We also have the attack token, as you can see on your right. There's a little glowing sword. And also the sword in front of you means we're the attacker this round. However, our
PC, Android, and
defender, so they can just play
iOS.
a blocker. I decided that, you know what, it's fine to just have some combat here. So we'll go ahead and trade, and I'll pass the turn. As noted, each round you'll tick up and get a little bit more mana. So now my opponent, it's their turn to attack. And unfortunately for me, I don't have too much I can do here, so I'm going to have to take this straight to the face. Any damage that goes unblocked goes through to the Nexus, and you start with 20 health on that Nexus. Much like in League of Legends, when it explodes, you lose the game, so make sure that doesn't happen. You might have also noticed, though, that there's a little mana bar under my regular mana bar. We'll talk about that in a second, because right now we have to talk about the champions. So, this is Braum. He's a champion of Defreliod. Again, every action in Legends of Runeterra is an exchange, so when I do something, my opponent can do something, but champions tend to have a lot of abilities, so we'll kind of read through what they do here. So Challenger can choose which enemy blocks. There's a little hook symbol. As you might imagine, you kind of hook enemies to you. You'll see that in a moment. Braum also has an ability called Regeneration, which means at the end of the turn, he gets his health back. Normally, damage sustained on units is permanent, not temporary. So as you see, I have a spell now. As you've noticed, I've got a little pool of mana in the bottom there called Spell Mana. Now, every turn, mana that you don't spend up to 3 rolls into your bank called Spell Mana. So I attack with Braum, challenge the 3/1 unit in front of it, play the Radiant Strike to give it +1/+1 in combat, and get a kill. Braum also, as you may have noticed, has a level up condition. This is true of all the champions in Legend of Runeterra. They start at level 1 and they can level up to their next level where they get even stronger. Now, all the conditions are different and they're very thematic to the champion. Braum's happens to be when he survives 10 damage, he levels up. So he gets his health back every turn. He doesn't have attack unless you buff him, which we're doing here.
But again, as Braum takes more damage, he'll just get stronger and stronger until he levels up. So now my opponent's attacking, he's decided to move everything in. So we're gonna have to do some blocks here. We'll block the 2-1 with the 2-3. That seems pretty reasonable. Of course, my opponent has a spell. Again, you can play spells anytime with one exception. You'll probably see that in a few moments. But Braum's gonna block. He's gonna continue moving towards that level up. And I'm going to keep him buffed. You'll maybe also notice that the spell I used earlier, Radiant Strike, gave +1/+1, only lasts for the combat because it says ends this round. Any buffs in Legends of Runeterra that don't explicitly say when they end, don't end. They're actually just permanent. So the Blade Keeper that buffed my Braum earlier is actually giving him attack, which he normally doesn't have. So now I'm challenging units, I'm able to knock down my opponent's units, and oh, by the way, I leveled up. Braum's ability when he levels up makes a lot of sense. We'll have a look at it now. When I survive damage, summon a Mighty Poro. Because of course, Braum needs to bring his friends along to the party. Mighty Poro is a 3/3 Poro. It has an ability called Overwhelm, which means it deals excess damage whenever it gets blocked. So kind of the additional damage deals over to the Nexus. And then I'll play this marksman here just to deal 1 to the full 1 on my opponent's side of the board. So all things considered, my opponent is clearly not too happy with what's going on, and I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm also going to continue the theme of this deck. As you may have noticed, Braum is a unit that gets a lot of value by surviving through damage and then being grown bigger and bigger. So I'll play Braum's signature spell, actually Take Heart. We'll talk about that at some point in the future, but there's already a lot of information, and at this point, Braum is really set to take over this game. My opponent has a 6/5. Braum is much bigger than that, so Braum's doing work here. I don't have that much health left on my Nexus, but I think if we can take over the board, I think we can outfox the AI opponent. So again, you may have noticed now we're going to have that exchange continuing. My opponent played a unit, I'm going to play a unit, and then they're going to go ahead and declare an attack. And you'll see this come up as we play through more Legends of Runeterra, but you'll notice that attacking, and when you attack in particular, is a really important decision you have to make. Because attacking is just another action you can take, and every single round, which is like a turn in a lot of other games that you've probably played, each round, players take turns making actions. So every time you do something, you kind of give the ball back to your opponent and give them the ability to do something else. Now, I don't want to take too much damage here, so I'm happy to just trade off. Deal some damage there to the 7/2 creature that you now see, and Braum is just continuing to make Poros. So I have 2 cards left. My robot opponent only has 1. Braum is just getting larger and larger, and it doesn't feel like my opponent can really remove it. So, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's play out the rest of our hand, and
offense
this
and
game's going to
defense.
be wrapped up in short order.
Every
now,
turn.
if all of this for just a simple starter game sounds a lot, it is. Legends of Runeterra does have a lot of complexity, but there should be enough familiarity that if you've played card games before, even if you're brand new, and especially if you're a League of Legends player, I think there's a lot here that you should be able to unpack and really discover. I think Braum, as an example, the fact that he makes Poro friends just kind of makes sense thematically, and the champions are by far and away some of the most powerful cards in the game, and rightly so. And if you have a favorite champion, the champions that currently are in the game are probably going to feel quite close to that as well, just because they play out in a very thematic way. So we'll see more champions as we go through more games today, but for now, Braum and the Poro army seems to have this game under wraps. I have a gigantic board, my opponent has basically nothing, and we'll see what assault my little AI opponent has left, but don't think the 2-1's going to really stand up here. So we'll go ahead, play this Kindly Tavern Keeper just to heal something here. As you may have noticed, some units have abilities. When you play them, you just pick your target and it goes off from there. Again, if you have played card games before, a lot of this will be familiar, but I would pay attention to spell mana, which we did see once. Again, that's the tiny little mana bar underneath your main one there. Champions, which are the unique card in the game and very thematic to how the rest of that works. And looks like we are just going to end at the game here. So Braum's going to go ahead and deliver, the last kill to this creature, and then the rest of the Poros are going to get it all done. So that was just one game of Legends of Runeterra to kind of introduce it for you all. I hope you guys got a grasp on the champions, the fact that you can play spells, the fact that you have spell mana, and then there's an action exchange. That's kind of the few things that we're going to look at there. But design director Andrew Yip has taken precious time out of a very busy day to join me here to talk about Legends of Runeterra. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Julian. Super excited to be here, being part of this day.
Very excited to talk about this. So we are going to shift gears for Game 2, actually. So we are going to try out another deck, but one that Andrew is personally fond of. If you wouldn't mind describing it a little bit, we did see it in the L10 video.
Yeah, what was the name of the L10 video? Big Zed's
buffet.
Yeah, Big Zed's party. Yeah. So Zed in Legends of Runeterra, for our kind of first take on him, really focuses on Zed and the Shadow Ninjas that he creates. So basically,
okay, guys, I'll leave this
Zed,
stream
whenever he attacks, clones himself, and those clones actually preserve. Strategy really simple: get Zed in play, keep him alive.
Well, I prepare for my office.
And I played a couple rounds with it. It's definitely quite a lot of fun. And you know what's a really good way?
So, iwanan ko na kayo, guys. Continue watching.
Let's play some games.
Okay.
All right, let's play some Legends of Runeterra, and we're gonna do something.
Follow our page.
I don't know.
Sa mga nanonood niyo, please follow our page. Thank you.
We're gonna do it live because that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, because the servers are definitely up.
I guess, yeah. I mean, you know what? We're gonna find out together. All right, let's jump in queue. So this is Andrew's pet deck. It should be a lot of fun, and hopefully this gives you an idea of what kind of the live flow of a game of Legends of Runeterra looks like. We'll also probably talk about spell speeds, because that's something we didn't get to in the last one, and that comes up quite a lot in this deck. So again, lots of familiar concepts. I know you've played a ton of card games yourself, but the things that you do know are quite different in this game. We'll see those play out. Of course, you have to find an opponent, but I'm sure we'll find one in just a moment.
It's good that we got the first W against that.
Exactly. We had to take down the AI.
Yeah,
Brom got it done.
We're about to find out how we're somehow already the worst Legends of Runeterra players in the
already.
world. Yep.
All this experience and
5 minutes in.
All right, so while we're waiting, we actually can talk about spell speeds because that's something that we didn't get to cover. So there are 3 different spell speeds: slow, fast, and burst. Now, the first 2 are relatively straightforward. Slow is just a spell that you play it, and that's kind of your action for the turn.
That's right. Yeah. So slow spells basically you play in the center and your opponent can reply. Fast spells are the same, but you can do them in the midst of combat. And burst spells are kind of the fastest spells. That's what this deck leverages a lot. Those happen immediately and allow you to continue playing.
All right, well, let's get it done. Looks like our robot friend has decided he'd like a rematch.
Oh, free dubs, I'll take it.
All right. So unfortunately, we're on defense for turn 1, but that's gonna be okay.
Did we maul already?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're piloting. I'm just gonna backseat drive.
That's fine, I'm down. All right, so we'll just trade back here. Oh, we played the same. So we can't block because we got stunned. Feels bad, man.
Spiders, what can you do?
Now you might see a lot of them if you tune into Legends of Runeterra streams in the next few days.
Hopefully there are not many arachnophobes looking forward to playing this game.
All right, I'm down. We'll play the lookout. So why is this in the deck, actually? This is one of the things I was like, I kind of understand what's happening.
Yeah, so the Zed buff deck is kind of a combo deck where you're really just trying to get enough resources, mana and spell mana, to play Zed and then protect him or buff him. So Ionia doesn't actually have a lot of access to kind of like ways to generate mana. That's actually one of the few examples. So by reducing the cost of Zed, we can bank and save more mana and basically get our kind of like go off turn around earlier.
Makes sense. Actually, one of the things that I didn't point out, but I think as you watch the game becomes a bit more obvious, is that you can attack as soon as you play a unit, which is very different from a lot of other games.
That's right, and I think it'll catch a lot of players off guard. One of the critical decisions is as soon as your turn starts on your attack round, you have the choice of deploying units kind of on curve so that your attack force is bigger, or attacking immediately before your opponent has the opportunity to set up. Right.
All right. Well, we'll play the assassin here. Draw a card. Has elusive, which means it can only be blocked by other elusive units.
Yeah, so elusive in this deck is kind of like our plan B if Zed, if Zed bites the dust, or we just don't draw him, because the buffs on the elusive units are much harder to block, so we're still kind of going faces of place.
It's also a plan, like, plan nothing right now. We're just gonna throw him under the bus.
We're yeah, just maybe we should talk less about the game and worry more about taking L's to AI here.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I'm pretty sure my team's watching, so there's some credibility on the line here.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. All right.
You know what? We really need some spells.
It's a Zed buff deck.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and buff.
Yeah, let's start the plan.
So not a spell, but can still get it done. Actually, there's something else that's cool we can talk about here. So champions are unique.
That's right. You can only have one in play of a particular name.
But I have 2 Zeds in my hand. What happens when I play the Zed?
Let's find out.
All right, let's find out. Oh,
it worked. Glorious.
He turned into a spell. So
yeah. So basically, units in champions in play are unique. Whenever you have multiple copies of a champion, the remaining copy in your hand will actually flip over and basically become a champion-themed spell. That spell tends to be related to the champion and whatever its level of condition is. So in this case, if you hover over Shadow Shift, what Shadow Shift does is it actually allows you to replace one of your units in play with a Zed Shadow. In that way, you can kind of surprise your opponent and achieve Zed's level up condition in a surprising way, or you can save Zed in play by returning him to your hand and replacing him with a Shadow Ninja.
Yeah, as you can see, that's the level up condition. Zed just wants to hit the Nexus. We're gonna go for...
It's our defense here.
Do we have to block? Oh, gross.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing. Spiders on the run.
Oh, the chefs are in. Should have played this first. Don't worry about sequencing.
Yeah,
that's not important.
That's a yikes,
right?
yeah.
All right, well, the beatdown is continuing, but we can find some reasonable blocks here, I think. Oh, goodness. I take it back, they're not that reasonable.
We're at 12?
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine, it's
All
fine.
right, we need to slow this down.
It's called Frontline Assault, okay? It's living up to its name.
That's true.
Oh no, we just got totally outplayed. All right, well, Zed's getting there. I feel like I can see a plan brewing.
I think it's time for a little fastball special with Zed. Yeah, Kato, Kato the arm. That's right.
Thematically, is Kato like...
Shout out to all my comic nerds.
Is Kato like throwing...
Yeah, so Kato the arm is a support unit. And the way that support works in this game is basically when you attack, actually attack order matters.
Yes.
Because from left to right, the combat is going to resolve. The way support works is supporting units will support the attacking ally to the right. So in this case, Kato the arm basically is going to throw Zed at our opponent's face. If you mouse over Kato, the buff he gives is actually +3/+0 in Overwhelm. What Overwhelm does is excess damage that's dealt to blockers is going to go straight through to the Nexus. So that's sweet because our opponent basically has really low health units in play. Even if he's blocks Zed, we're still going to hit face for a ton of damage.
Yeah, and has the benefit, because again, Zed wants to he has to physically hit the Nexus.
That's right.
In order to level up.
Oh, that's not great.
That's bad for everyone, I guess.
So yeah, we have the choice of saving Zed here, or we can, let's check out our Oracle. Or we can just kind of take the damage, which is a ton of damage, and then replay Zed. But the level up condition will be reset because he'll have lost the experience. So either way, we're kind of like starting from scratch with Zed.
Yep.
I think we just take this.
Yeah, again, even though we buffed him, also a little complex, but when units come back to your hand, they just reset to what they were originally. So Zed won't even be buffed again.
Yeah, certain champion and level up conditions will actually persist through all of the zones of play.
Yes.
In play, in your hand, and in deck, but Zed in this case has to be in play and stick twice.
If you're trying to figure out, usually the champion is marked as when I have done something.
Did they just play Katarina?
Oh yeah.
All right.
This is fun, right?
Is it? I don't know. You tell me.
It doesn't
you
look
log more games than me at this point.
It doesn't look like it.
Wait, we played an elusive unit?
Yeah, we have to block.
Yeah, we can play Darius, man.
Oh, that's true. He can block too. I never.
Right, we're gonna keep the screeching to a low volume. I think the parents are watching, so yeah.
All right. You know, it's been a long day for people here to the League 10.
So Katarina's level up condition is actually really straightforward. Basically, as soon as she hits, she bounces back to your hand and levels up. And then every time you play her from that point on, you actually get to reset your attack for the whole round. So in that way, Katarina kind of like bounces into and out of combat, and any of your allied units can actually attack over and over every time Kat resets too.
Yeah, she gets resets, which is kind of the iconic thing from the champion.
Right. Yeah, so our AI opponent, who's actually kind of demolishing us, just reset.
It's fine though. Star's gonna get it done.
Yep. So yeah, so in that case, I think blocking the unit definitely makes sense because Kat has quick attack, which means that she'll strike first when she's attacking. Back to the hand, and actually he kind of, congrats, he played himself because he attacked with Katarina. We're working on the AI too, guys.
You want to play unit or?
Yeah, let's take the W while we can.
Yeah, okay. Oh no!
Oh!
Never do it live.
Okay, misclicks happen. Yeah.
We're about to demonstrate something, and then I may have clicked the wrong button.
Yeah.
All right.
That's like anti-poggers.
We gotta keep blocking. Okay. I was like, that's not how.
Okay. We're still.
Just keep
gonna throw bodies in the way.
Don't worry. We don't need these other units.
Yeah. Let's get the reset.
Oh no, what's happening? Ooh.
Okay, so thankfully, if Katarina returns to hand, the AI actually doesn't have enough mana. What are we doing, man?
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I thought it was the 32.
Maybe we might need to swap roles here.
All right. A good example of what not to do and why playing live can sometimes be dangerous.
That's fair. All right, you're gonna have one more.
All right, you know what?
To kind of retake your honor there.
Yep.
Usually when I lose against the AI at work, I try to close the client out before.
Yeah, you just don't. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty. I mean,
All right. So we warmed up. We got all the jitters.
Yeah,
out
we got all the L's out of our
AI.
system. Let's do this.
Okay, I'm down with this.
All right, you're gonna talk me through this. What do you like or not like about this?
So I like Zed.
Yep.
That's kind of
Yep.
plan A, as we've
Yep.
discussed.
So Deny is a sweet card insofar as I think it highlights something pretty unique about our game, which is you can basically stop spells in flight, right? Kind of like dodging skill shots and stopping them in League. So Deny is a spell that basically whenever our opponents play a burst spell or a slow spell, we can respond with Deny and basically stop them dead in their tracks.
That was a good draw. All right, so similar to the last round. Let's try and make Zed big again.
Let's get that big Zed dream.
Oh, he played a blocker. Can't attack.
You don't want to attack there?
No, I've learnt my lesson.
No, yeah, that's a sane move. Oh, great. The defensive spiders.
We're gonna need it. I can see the chump happening. So this won't come up this turn, but actually is kind of a decision point that happens quite often in Legends of Runeterra. Where
for our opponent, you mean right now?
Oh, for us actually, because if these spells cost a little less mana, they don't. They both cost 3. We could potentially pass, store the mana, and then use it to back up our Zed.
That's right.
With the way things are happening, we're probably just gonna go ahead and play our blocker. But
yeah, the way this deck tends to work out is we kind of need to figure out like what round is Zed going to be able to lane his attack and kind of save spell mana kind of preemptively for that round, right?
So this is more of a like, you play Zed on the turn you're planning to make him go big. Like,
Right.
You wouldn't necessarily play him
if our
now.
opponent spends all of their mana and we kind of have a window of safety where we think we can safely play Zed, immediately start the next round and have mana up to protect him, like that could be a valid
Okay,
strategy.
so maybe let's not play Zed right now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it will depend on our opponent's regions and kind of what we think they can bring to the table. In this case, they're playing Ionia Piltover. Piltover is kind of one of the marquee direct damage regions outside of Shadow Isles. So they're really good at just removing our board and preventing our units and champions from sticking. Yeah. So in this case, I think we definitely want to be a little bit more conservative and save mana for that big Zed round.
Is he getting in there? Are we playing Kato on 4? Are we sacrificing the auto?
I mean, what's our play next round?
This?
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're ahead of me. I like it.
I'm down.
We could have gotten in with that. Was it House Spider?
Oh, that's true.
That's all right.
I mean, the academic's gonna be a bad time.
Yeah. So our unit there, every time it hits, it basically reduces that the most expensive unit in our hand by 1. So it kind of decrements our go off round by 1 round, right? So this round, hopefully we can drop Kato. Next round, we'll have enough mana to play Zed and have protective mana or aggressive mana to back him up.
Yeah, we have 1 spell mana, as you can see here, floating under. In fact, I'll tell you what it does there. Kato probably not going to block, but you never know.
We're not blocking no bots. What is this, 2-5? Boring. Get
Golden
it out.
It's so cute, though.
That actually is kind
I'm back. Guys, yung naiwan natin na yung hindi natin naabutan na doon sa Riot, please.
So,
October 17, starting October 17, login lang kayo araw-araw sa LoL ninyo and makaka-receive kayo ng, hindi ko na lang matandaan yung hanggang kailan. Pero mag-login lang kayo araw-araw yun, you'll get free items. May skin din yata na ibibigay. I think legend or legendary or skin ba yun or basta ganun, may mga gift na ibibigay. And then starting October 28, there will be yung Orf. I-enable it. Enable ulit yung Orf na game mode. Yeah. So that's all.
In this case, since
how's it going? Hindi ako nanonood na actually. So it's more of alam. So hindi na to Riot, please actually. So I'll be stopping my stream siguro mamaya 11 a.m. 11 a.m. I'll stop my stream. So nood lang kayo guys. Guys, yung mga pang hindi pa nag-follow ng page, please pa-follow naman Jason, thank you. Pa-follow Jason Pineda Cruz. Pa-follow ng page. Thank you.
They passed entirely, probably because they expected us to attack. But it also makes me think we need to worry about that 7 mana. So I definitely think not using the offensive spells and spending all our mana is the right call here.
We also didn't get to see it last time because of some perhaps questionable plays on my part. But
we'll call them misclicks, mechanical errors.
Talk about Zed's level up
in a TCG. Yeah, so Zed, we talked about kind of how Zed summons these attacking ninja shadows every time he attacks. Those shadows actually inherit his stats. When he levels up, after he or a shadow connects with the opponent's nexus, his shadows will actually start inheriting all of his stats and his keywords. So the kind of cute trick here is Kato gives Zed Overwhelm, and once Zed is leveled up, Zed with Overwhelm will give his ninja Overwhelm too.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where I'm like, oh,
wow.
that's
So
cool.
he just I was too busy talking. What happened? Did you concede? It seemed like it looked
did some blocking. Kato took some damage. Quick attack Zed stayed.
It's a good thing we messaged all riders to throw games to us when we were on the live stream.
Okay.
Okay.
Just chill.
So he's kind of going on an elusive plan. We don't actually have a lot of elusive in our hand right now. No. I think that's okay, provided he stops playing them. Yeah, what is happening? And our Nexus is still at full health, so I think we're not super worried here. All of their direct damage spells are also fast or slow. So since we have the deny backup, I feel really good about
double deny backup.
Double deny. And our board is actually nearly full. We can only have 6 units in play at a time, so House Spider is going to hang out. I think next round we might actually just want to go with everyone.
Yeah. I mean, there's some talk about the 1/1s running into the assassin, but it probably doesn't matter that much.
Yeah,
the one's probably worth it.
Outlived their, and like if they're blocking them, then Zed is connecting to face, and we kind of get to our win condition. So.
All right. So here's a small mechanical thing. You might have seen it when I played earlier, but you can do this, which is really cool.
The swoop.
However, combat ordering matters, which you just noted. So if I just do this, it's just going to dump them all onto the board. However,
that's actually pretty close to the right order, though. So it's not bad.
But if you do them in order.
That's right.
It'll actually do them in the order you sweep them, which is really cool.
Oh, we're attacking.
Oh, of course we're attacking.
All right. So if we preview here, using Oracle's Eye, I'm pretty sure we have our opponent dead, yeah. So this is a great position for us because it basically is an alpha that didn't give them a chance to play slow spells or units. And it also is a lethal one, like we're repping lethal. So he has to basically respond here. Our opponent has to respond here to do something to keep himself alive. And we know if it's just spells, we have the counters, we have the deny backup. So we're in pretty good shape. If our opponent blocks and has spells, a lot of it will kind of depend on what he has, right?
Yep. But they have a lot of mana, 7 + 3. So the 7 regular mana and 3 spell. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Oh, the clocking us though.
Where you
deep.
going?
Get excited.
Oh, okay. So we got the backup for that.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah, I think that's a snap. Snap deny.
Agreed.
Oh, we could have actually kept our Kato alive.
No, he's fine.
He is fine. If by fine, you mean dead.
Did we need it? We probably did.
I mean, Zed's leveling up, so provided.
This is what the people
now,
want.
Now that all of our eggs are in our virtual Zed basket.
Hang on,
it's okay when Zed.
But we're missing Kato's arm now, so we won't have Overwhelm.
This is true.
He will have Quick Strike, so, but that kind of doesn't matter on the ninja.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
So we have a decision, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of save him 3 different ways, right? I mean, the deny will stop any other offensive spells. I think this is kind of the best use of deny, right? Because the other spell actually gives us the flexibility of pumping him or one of the other units. Now that we have our opponent's Nexus at 7, so yeah, I think we go with the deny here.
That's true. And I think that last combat illustrated, like when you attack. I probably should have played a unit. When you attack. I need this precious pet, okay?
No, we just wanted to show him we have full control of the situation.
It's definitely not me aggressively misplaying on stream.
That's right.
Which I'm sure will happen also in the next few days.
There's an adage in design that those who can't play design, so you can be an honorary
Hey, I'll take it.
The rest of the stream.
All right, now we can get him in there. Old House Spider. This is really just a...
Now we've just gone with kind of one of your strategies, which is more of a swarm overwhelm.
Happy to do whatever's needed. Wow, did you see that?
So our opponent just played Eager Apprentice, which is a 3-cost 2/2 that when someone refills the spell mana. This is actually one of my favorite cards in the game because it allows you to take actions while still holding back a lot of mana and basically representing a lot of potential tricks that your opponent has to play around. The effect on the game is pretty subtle, but it feels super powerful and really hard to play around.
All right, let's do something fun. And let's do it the right way. First of all...
Provided funning equals winning. Fun equals winning. I'm on board.
First of all, you said it already, but to reiterate, you can only have 6 units on the bench.
6 units in your bench.
This is also true in combat.
6 in the combat lane, yeah. So I think you've arranged this attack correctly insofar as we need to leave room for the 6th Shadow Ninja to show up and be that 5/4 quick strike. So I think the real question is if we want to play burst spells prior to beginning our attack.
How many burst spells do we want to play?
I mean...
We're definitely playing this one.
Okay.
I think
it's just that one.
Okay.
Because the other one, once our opponent blocks, we can go over the top, actually on one of the other units, and surprise them. Because right now, basically we have kind of 2 lethal attacks.
You know what would have been a lot better? If Kato was still alive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That play was so long ago. Who can say?
Who
could say how history might have changed?
Oh, we didn't win, by the way. Just a continuing.
What happened, man? We had the.
I didn't do math.
I mean, if we were playing spot lethal, I think Twitch chat.
They're already popping off.
Yeah.
I'm setting an example of
Thankfully,
how
we can't
not
see
to
that.
play.
All right. Well, if that's our strategy.
You're on the side of good here.
Okay.
You're detailing all the correct plays, giving design insight. I'm just here driving the ship straight into the iceberg.
Sold.
Regardless, our board's very full, our Zed's very powerful, and our opponent is in a spot of bother.
Yeah, this is kind of a situation where we're really starting to think about like what could our opponent possibly have to get out of this. There are some pretty powerful kind of AE damage spells that Pilter can leverage.
Ooh.
Oh, this is interesting.
I like this card.
I don't think it's going to get there, but
it's cool.
Yeah, so Dusk and Dawn actually is a cool card that basically allows you to clone units or clone allies on your board. The caveat is they're temporary. In this game, they're called ephemeral. Yeah. So once they strike or at the end of a round, these units will die. So it's basically like kind of your last chance all in. In this case, because we have such a huge defense, we're probably fine. But also, he keeps playing units.
Just drew 3.
Yeah. So he just played a 6-mana 3/3 that discards your hand, redraws a 3, and deals 3 damage to anything. Actually, this is one of my favorite cards in one of my other decks that I play a lot, which is a Jinx discard deck. We're just
for the fans.
We're just showing them. We still had all these.
Yeah. Kato's gone. We had to play a different overwhelm creature.
We'll just show the cornucopia of champions that we've drawn and our opponent hasn't. Has our opponent played any champions?
Sadly, no.
That's awkward.
It's unfortunate.
We'll take it.
Certainly will. After what happened in the last game.
You gotta start from somewhere.
But again, like, so much of this, I think, if you're watching, it's like, oh, like, I get it. Like,
how did this become 5-2? I had no idea.
Oh.
Oh.
Because of the drawing.
This is what happens when we talk to each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So Astute Academic powers up whenever you draw a card.
What a great deck.
Yeah, that was sweet. This is actually a really powerful attack.
It's almost just strictly better than ours.
All right, we're just gonna go ahead and do some jumping.
Yeah,
it's safe. So opponent has no mana. I did check this time.
This is like
I'm not just throwing the game away
full
aggressively as per usual.
We could have blocked. We could have blocked the actual real one.
No.
You just got LeBlanc.
No.
Not in set one.
It's fine. We don't need that.
All right. I think our opponent's been a champ here.
Agree.
We should finish them off gracefully.
All right. Does this work? It does not.
You got to concede?
No. I don't know if it's something it wasn't, but when you press A, it just
shortcuts
spills all your units onto the board.
Yeah, it was a off requested internally feature, so of course we just said.
All right, we did it. Lost hilariously to the robot.
Yeah, we got there.
Did get a W.
Right on.
Whew. So that deck was fun. I feel like we kind of illustrated what's going on.
Yeah. What's next?
All right, let's end some questions.
Right on.
Whew, man, that was an experience.
That was nearly,
I enjoyed watching how upset you were getting with
nearly
me.
embarrassing, yeah.
Nearly.
I'm lucky I have all this makeup covering my emotional state.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break from gameplay to answer some questions you might have about the game. So let's go ahead and get the first question on the screen. From @NelsonAlec, what mechanics do you think make Legends of Runeterra most unique?
That's a great question. Softball, I love it. So I think we talked about it, kind of the marquee ones in terms of in-game. Obviously, we start with champions. Champions have a level up condition. They start super powerful. They're kind of like the build-around cards for your deck. And the second would actually be spells, and the way that the back and forth of the game allows you to interact with your opponent's attacks, combats, and spells, kind of prior to that whole combat scrum resolving.
See, my answer is quite a simple one, because I actually think spell mana is very simple, very elegant, and one of the most unique mechanics in the game.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
We tried to show it off in and amongst my hilarious mess of gameplay.
Yeah, we showed it off by passing prematurely a bunch.
Thanks. But yeah, I think spell mana is great, a super unique mechanic. Anyway, question number 2, what do we have up? @Tyranor asks, will you be able to have more than 2 regions in your deck? Example, Demacia, Noxus, Shadow Isles deck. So this is actually a great question, because the game doesn't do a good job right now of telling you what the deck building rules are. So what are the deck building rules?
Yeah, so right now the deck building rules are actually pretty straightforward. Basically, there are 6 regions, and players can mix and match for up to 2 regions. Right now, in the preview patch, players won't be able to mix and match with more than 2, but that's definitely something that we're excited about potentially exploring in the future.
Yeah. But again, you can have up to 6 champions. You can have up to 2 regions, and there's lots and lots of different combinations. I've been playing for a little while now, and I don't think I've played.
Yeah, it's like
more
League of
than half
Legends, the tag team battle card game.
Yeah, it's. You can have 6 unique champions. It's fine.
That's right. 12-year-old me is popping off.
All right, let's take a look at our next question now. At Sheer Magic 65 asks, how impactful will non-creature, non-champion cards be? The previews seem pretty champion-centric. They do, because I think they're great to highlight. But there's much more to this game than champions.
I think some of your favorite decks might have some non-champion win conditions.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I think players will discover very quickly that non-champions can actually be just as impactful as champion units, provided you build the deck around them. Obviously, with a max of 6 champions, one of the things we want to be really sensitive to is that they don't feel like kind of the aces in your deck, where either you draw them and you crush, or you don't draw them and you have like no outs and you have no chance to win, right?
Yep.
So our strategy to do that was to also ensure that some non-champion units could be reasonable win conditions for your deck. You just have to kind of plan accordingly.
Yeah, there's lots of different cards, so exploring all the different things you can do, especially without champions, is something really cool. So absolutely, you cannot play without champions. Question number 4, I believe our last one for this section of the Q&A, is from @MisfitsGG. Can I build a competitive all-Poro deck?
Wow.
This is the question we needed.
I mean, we do have a kind of an internal tier list based on Riot play session, and I know we have a lot of Rioters who have tried really hard to make a competitive all-Poro deck. I think players will discover there's actually a lot of different Poro decks, because actually there are Poros in every region in the starting set. Some more viable than others. I think it'll sort of remain to be seen if how competitive truly ends up being, but my favorite one ends up with building a giant ball of Poros and then kind of chucking them at your opponent's face. Semi-violently, but also cutely.
I'm pretty sure I understand what that is.
I don't think that's a thing. That's all right.
I know what cards you're talking about. I'm excited to see if someone else does it. For now, though, I want to take a look at more of the game, specifically some of the fun deck archetypes we've already seen cooked up in the limited play we've had so far. So let's take a look. This is actually me also piloting your deck again, but a little bit different to maybe the results we saw earlier.
This is a game that's already happened.
Yes.
So it's a guaranteed. We kind of know.
I mean,
do we? We took the W here.
Do we? I don't know if we do.
I mean, it's going to be kind of embarrassing.
All right.
Right, Zaps. Here's your 15 minutes of fame.
Imagine if I did that too. I just like put the game. I'm like just.
You're not highlighting my deck,
just
man.
Just aggressively losing with your favorite deck.
So this is actually a scenario that we kind of saw in our live play, where you got the 2-cost card that reduces the most expensive units in our hand, and you're kind of setting up for our go-off round.
Yep. So again,
and aggressively trading, right?
Yep.
Well, you played it. You tell me what's going on.
I mean, I just like attacking. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
Always be attacking.
You know, you gotta do it sometimes. Let's play the assassin because it draws this card.
Oh, so much value.
It's on the card. Oh, it's so good.
No.
All right. So this is actually a pretty cool combo. We haven't seen Shadow Isles yet, but
yeah, our opponent's deck is actually kind of outdoing us in the fancy factor department.
Isles
what just happened?
Isles has lots of really cool stuff. So I think the signature of Isles is probably Last Breath, which is basically whenever this unit dies, something happens.
Yep.
In this case, Curse Keeper, the unit he had on the board, is a 1/1 that can't block, which doesn't sound pretty good. But when it dies, and Shadow Isles likes making things die, both your own and your opponent's, this 4/4 pops out, which is pretty good value for 2 mana. So if you can find a way to get the Abomination out.
You lowered him into a trap.
I did. He baited him with the... No one ever suspects the Blade's Edge.
That's right.
All right, so he's going to respond.
So our opponent responded by sacrificing his unit. We'll take that all day.
Yep. I feel like you meant to sacrifice the 4/4, but...
So quick attack is really bailing Zed out here, because the 1 damage comes through, and then the Zed attack resolves first.
Yep.
What's that noise?
Again, only works on offense, which is something that I definitely messed up.
That's right. Yeah.
The first few times I played with it. But,
this is like masterful play.
Where
was this pace time?
I got nervous, I panicked. I, for some reason, passed for no reason when I definitely shouldn't have. And here we are. But you know what? The plan's still going well. We got Kato. We're going to play
Kato and Zed, our dynamic duo.
Yeah, this is, if you're looking to replicate what Andrew's got going on here, look for these two cards in your opening.
You actually have Kato's partner in your hand though,
yes.
as well, right?
So Shiraza is there as well, who
Shiraza the Blade.
I think does feature briefly in this game, but not in a very exciting way for her, unfortunately. But again, same strategy here, buffing up Zed and the Shadow. Zed himself has Overwhelm, so he's now one Nexus strike away from leveling up. And it's kind of a tight one. We'll play this Herald the Spring, another support card.
We have good board position. I think something players will discover is that board position is actually really important in this game because of your opponent, that opportunity to attack immediately before your opponent has a chance to play units.
Yep. Our opponent though does have a lot of mana here. Like 7+3 is like, oh goodness.
Is that what I think it is?
That's a Harrowing,
That's a 10 mana Harrowing?
Yep, so yeah, there are 10 mana spells in this game. It's also a slow spell, something we actually haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, it gives us a chance to respond.
Yeah, so responding by playing Shiraza, who, as I mentioned, may not be her shining moment.
Yeah, they took one action and played 6 units. We took an action and played one unit.
Seems good.
I mean, if, we survive this, yeah. So what are you trying to do right now?
Not die.
Right that is the name of the game.
Harrowing, though, revives the 6 strongest units that have died this game, but they all get Ephemeral, which we did see earlier. So they'll only last for this turn. Generally, you only need one turn.
So this is basically zaps all in. We survive this, we're kind of good to go.
Hopefully.
Although he still also has 6 cards in his hand.
Yeah, it's fine. Isles isn't good at killing. Oh wait.
I also like to live dangerously. Oh look, we're sacrificing Kato again. It's almost like you know him personally.
Bye, Kato. I think we have to live.
Yeah, we're pulling out all the stops here, it looks like.
Yeah. I didn't check the Oracle's Eye of it.
So recall in this game is basically a mechanic that bounces units back to their caster's hand, right?
So in this case, temporarily removing it, it actually will go back to their hand. It retains Ephemeral. So if he wants to replay it, it'll still have that condition, but Ephemeral units only die either after they attack or at the end of the turn. So you have quite a while to kind of do stuff with them. All right, just play our casual 3-2 because we're trying to push in for some damage. And Shiraza will not be featuring in this edition.
So we basically have 9 on the board.
Yes.
And we know we have 1 in hand. Oh, but you wanted more, you were greedy.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of mana, so why not?
Yeah, we got to do some damage.
Show them we still have these.
So again, pre-buffing the Zed. Burst is something that is a little tricky to get your head around, but basically think of it as like super duper fast spells. When you have an opportunity to do something and you play a burst spell, it just happens instantly.
Right. Yeah, and you kind of retain the priority, so you can continue to act.
Yeah. So in this case, I could just play it, attack with the Zed, go from there, and just finish off with the Blade's Edge because that's the fancy thing to do.
Perfect. Perfect damage. Stylish plays.
I definitely had another buff in my hand that would have also killed my opponent.
I don't know what your opponent's 5 cards were.
That's true.
You just dial them up and ask him to concede there?
No.
Totally.
But again, it's just, there's so much in this game. Like I'm great that we're exploring your deck because it's something I know you're very comfortable and familiar with, but man, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of action.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to answer a few more questions. So our next one coming up here is from Blood Eno E Elf BR. Do you believe it will be possible to create a good variety of competitive decks right in the beginning? This is a burning question for any long-time card game
competitive
player.
Integrity and meta health wear. I think so. One of the things that we haven't really talked about is kind of what the composition of the Legends of Runeterra team is. And actually, it's probably kind of a poorly kept secret, at least among the pro community, that we have embedded pro players on our team from kind of the range of competitive card games already. And so they said yes. And so I said yes.
That's good. I think like to really hammer home, it's a very different system. It's a progression system that's gone through, since I've been playing with it, at least a couple of changes. I'm sure many more since then. But the model really was designed to let you play as much as possible, because the worst feeling in any card game is having something awesome happen to you, like a Zed being buffed and taking you out, and being like, I want to play that deck. Totally. That's my thing. Yep. Why can't I do that?
Yeah, and so I think you're hitting on a good point, which is like higher card access and the ability to kind of play the deck you want to is kind of point one, but point two also is we're going to have, I think, a lot more freedom and willingness to change cards because we know players are going to have access to more of their cards and more of their collection. So hopefully a change is not about blowing up a player's favorite deck. A change is about maintaining the health of the game and kind of doing what's necessary to do that.
All right, well, next question is coming right up. It is from @MG0001. That's a lot of zeros. Are the regions of Runeterra tied to some traditional archetypes? For example, Noxus aggro, Freljord control, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I think players will discover that each region has kind of a couple go-to archetypes or kind of speeds of strategy that they can operate in, but it's not necessarily like Freljord is exclusively control or control is exclusively Freljord. I think the way that we thought about it from a design perspective is actually more about those cross-archetype strategies and ensuring that there's a diversity of those for players to discover.
Yeah, again, like you'll get the identity of a lot of the regions as you start seeing them and playing with them, but
Noxus is aggressive.
Yes, Noxus
as we
can
demonstrated.
confirm Noxus is aggressive.
When we actually cast cards.
We tried to demonstrate. Yeah, Ioun is kind of tricky. Shadow Isles has lots of things dying, coming back to life. Next question, though, coming right up, is from @LOL Tomarico. Will there be RNG-based cards, something like the random spells in Hearthstone or random targeting, something?
Yeah,
like
we
that?
have a sprinkle of RNG cards. We could talk. I could talk a lot for a very long time about RNG. We're not going to here, not the team, but the sort of the concept.
Hi Jason, ngayon ko lang nabasa yung ano mo, yung comment mo, yung sa login everyday, LoL yun, League of Legends PC. And then sa LoL Mobile, yes, it's confirmed may LOL Mobile, it's Wild Rift, and sabi kanina sa Riot please, it's a cross-platform siya. Sabihin magkakaroon yan sa console. And then pwede magsabay pwede mo makalaro kung ikaw yung nasa console, pwede mo makalaro yung nasa mobile. And kailan? End of before this year ends beta. Magkakaroon ng beta, mag-open beta sila. But selected region lang. Hopefully
every time I play a game against
matao dyan, makasama tayo sa makakapag-beta. Ayoko mag-preempt, pero based sa mga previous parang sa mga previous actiyan ng parang hindi tayo nasama sa mga beta ng Riot. Anyway, yun. We'll see. Hopefully, ma-testing natin.
I am excited.
Pero yung itong nakapanood nyo ngayon, itong si card game ay pre-registration na siya ngayon. So, login lang kayo sa Legends of Runeterra or anong nun?
Yeah, we're super excited.
playruneterra.com. Yung ano niya, website.
One of the things we're especially excited about is new sets will actually feature new regions. We're not going to go into details timing, but absolutely that's something that the team is delighted to get into with players.
The short answer, yes. Yes, there will be more in the game.
Which one is your favorite? And tell me why it's Void.
All right, we're heading off shortly, but if you want to keep up with everything Legends of Runeterra, make sure you're signed up for the beta at playruneterra.com. Don't forget, we're adding more players to the preview patch for Legends of Runeterra all the time, so to get a chance at access, here's what you got to do. Link your Riot account to your YouTube and Twitch account, watch the stream, and wait for the drop. That's it. You can sign up at playruneterra.com. Well, that's it for now. Thank you, Andrew, for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for tuning in to the League 10-year celebration. I hope to see you on Legends of Runeterra. Good night.
League of Runeterra. So ito yung mga unang lalabas. Galing. Tingnan natin kung meron dito kung meron na siya sa Android itong Legends of Runeterra. Meron na yata wala pa sa atin. Meron na coming soon. So ayan meron ng League of Runeterra. Pwede na kayo mag-pre-register. Haha. Guys, meron na rin League of Legends Wild Rift pre-registration na rin. Pre-register na kayo. Okay guys, tapos na yun, no? Mukhang tapos na yun, yung palabas. Thanks for watching Happy League 10. So guys, thank you very much sa mga drop by, sa mga amalis na hindi na nakahintay na tapusin. Thank you very much din. Sana nag-like kayo. Anyway, thank you very much sa mga naiwan. Thank you Jason sa huling huling mga comments. And yun ulitin ko lang, available na for pre-registration ng LoL Mobile. Mukhang kasama tayo sa magkakaroon. Hopefully. So, League of Legends Wild Rift mobile version and Legend of Frontera, pwede na siya pre-reg. Pre-reg na kayo. Okay guys, thank you very much. Hanggang dito na lang. Bye. God bless.